Because they're like 12 years old.
No, some of them are.
No,
dude,
they're not.
Quackeny's
A
like
lot- yeah,
21.
they're just small humans.
They just didn't. That's what Minecraft does.
Yeah, it
gets-
stunts your
it
growth.
stunts your growth?
It's like smoking cigarettes.
It is the same. It
As
does
tall
the
as
same
that
thing
kid's
to your
gonna
body.
get.
They're the real merch.
'Cause when
How do you
yeah.
think you make redstone, bro?
When
Fucking
you
grind
sit,
their
you
kneecaps
can't grow.
Okay,
That's how it
keypad.
works. But yeah, Bunk, godlike tweeter.
That's hype.
Did I say
so how do
Trump
you feel? You feel
before?
good? Feel all
Real
right?
quick, sorry.
I had to
Tom-
change
Tommy in
it.
We were talking.
Oh wait, no, this is new. This is new.
What happened?
Austin, Joe.
Oh, yeah, answer it.
Austin.
Hey. How are you? Good. Well, how are you? Congratulations. Thank you, man.
What do you want, Shill? What do you want, Shill?
That's slime.
What do you need?
We're recording the podcast.
Are you recording the podcast?
Yeah, I stopped.
That is what he
That-
said.
that
yeah.
is what.
Said that.
What makes you think
Oh my
that?
God, you stopped it to pick up my phone call?
Of course, yeah, of course.
I was literally just
Continue
going to
talking.
congratulate you, and I heard whispers. No, I just felt it
Can't hear
in
him.
the air.
In his loins? Your balls?
But yeah, no, congratulations. Finish building the podcast. I may have now that you're over on YouTube. I was also gonna call and say there may be some, more money opportunities that I may be able to throw
What?
in your direction.
What?
So I was thinking about that. But
Oh.
we'll talk about that later.
Oh
That
fuck.
sounds so good, man. Yeah, that sounds so good. Man.
Oh.
Love you, and I'll see you.
Fuck. Am I gonna come now? Oh, I'm gonna come from that. So you're so good at planes.
I wouldn't worry about.
On a plane.
Austin,
Yeah, come
Give me a
on,
deal
man.
on a plane.
What are they saying?
I don't exist.
Austin, I have a
What's-
question for you, real quick. Do you know who Wendover Productions is?
No.
What?
When these nuts are over your mouth, bro.
Come
Oh, whoops. Whoops, that's the hint. Whoops, I
It wasn't a D-Nuts joke!
Genuine question. Aiden, right here, bro. That was sick.
No.
Give it to him, bro.
No.
Huge setup, huge
No.
layup, bro.
Yo, that was tight.
You are cool now.
Wait, what did that do?
I'm so
Oh,
sad.
oh,
Aiden's
oh,
never gonna
oh,
I'm
fuck
Frank.
now.
so sad.
I sent him a follow-up saying it's a great channel you should watch. Dude, the amount of people who knew, I was stressed out for the past 4 days that this
Hey.
Yeah.
because so many people knew.
Yeah.
But nobody leaked.
So many people. You know who was the closest?
Mizkit.
I'm with Cutie.
Cutie?
No, I'm with Cutie. No.
Cutie?
I'm with Cutie with her family for Thanksgiving. We're watching a high school basketball
Her
game.
fucking dad.
Ownership me.
Enthralling, by the way, high school basketball. It was literally
Heard you were a fan.
the greatest game I've ever seen in my life. It was a buzzer beater.
Yeah.
Fuck the Hawks.
Dude, I hate them.
Oops.
Dog.
Oops. Shit.
They get it
Telling
in
me.
last second. Shouldn't have been counted. Whatever.
Oh,
I'll
wait,
move on.
glasses. That can actually
And
go in the trash.
I get a
That one
message
can go.
from
Don't need
Slasher.
that. Don't need that.
Oh, dude, wait, real quick.
Still has not been
You tell 'em.
fixed.
Bro.
You tell him
Press
real quick.
2
I got a
3
bone
times
with
quickly,
Slasher.
and then
Actually, I
press
should-
the
I should
button
check.
-1 to
Okay,
go
go
to
ahead,
option
Ludwig,
2
while he checks.
floor.
So he sends me a DM and he's like, "Heard you're going to YouTube," and I replied like, "You're a lot of shit these days."
Yeah, you'd be like, what?
I like put zero confirmation
What's
in,
that?
and he's been on a hiatus.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, where's he been? I haven't seen him.
I don't know.
He's been
Just-
fighting the invisible war.
Yeah.
Right.
Something like that, I
Maybe
guess.
just playing a lot of Quake.
And then today he DMs me after it's leaked, and he's
don't know.
like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "You're lucky I'm out. I would have leaked it." And I'm like, "You piece of shit."
So interesting.
Yeah, I think like
Yeah.
if Jake Sucky Lucky caught on,
You're
Oh,
fucked.
dude,
curtains.
that was.
Can I
Throw
like,
that 130K out the window.
That was the only
Oh.
time is when I made fun of that guy on Twitter is when somebody made fun of me for having a dead mom. Literally the only time that's ever happened.
He did that?
No, one of his fans did.
Oh.
And I was like, this is crazy. That's so funny.
Yeah,
I never would have expected it.
Yeah.
Blood butts, you keep it chill.
they're pretty chill.
You keep it
dead
chill.
mom
know about
jokes
dead
don't
parenting.
always. it's
Anyway,
not
I'm glad it
everyone's
didn't
favorite
work
thing,
out. I
so
was
it makes
saying-
sense.
About Tommy in it.
Cause I don't have one of those. Is that what you're laughing at
That
me?
guy's a loser.
Yeah, you're a loser with your
Yeah, you're-
alive
you're a
parents.
little
Okay.
loser.
I can go handle that.
Stupid
Which
living
one do you take
parents.
out?
Yeah, which one you take out?
Which one listens?
Which one
That's
are you?
the question.
Which one are you telling to drink 30 Cokes?
Mom listens.
Mom does listen, so dad's gone. But
Hey.
dad also.
Ooh.
Oh, I got an achievement.
But
I clean.
dad, I gotta do what I gotta do.
Hey.
I think
Okay, 7.
So Tommy in it.
Can also
Yeah.
go 6.
Hit me up in the DMs.
Different puzzles. Okay.
He said,
okay.
"You playing arms?" And that was the
Like,
whole
what?
message.
And
Wait,
you're like,
what?
yeah,
I said,
let me
did
put
he-
down my
Did he-
giant
wait.
lollipop.
Did he capitalize it all, like in the actual game title?
Oh,
Did he
that's
do?
a great question.
I wanna know.
I
Because the message, if he doesn't
Wait.
capitalize it, it's so much funnier.
How do I-
Because then it's very ambiguous.
Hold on, bro. I'm playing hopscotch. I'll reply
He
soon.
said, "Do you know the Nintendo game ARMS not capitalized?" And I said, "Yeah, isn't it a terrible game?" And he said, "I'm into it. It's great."
That is hilarious to just like not
So
even check if
bad.
he's into it. Just say like, "Oh, that dog shit piece of fucking trash."
Yeah.
We're a couple like moments away from him like picking up Melee.
But here's the thing.
Oh,
Here's the thing.
shit.
I've been looking at the trends. Super Auto Pets average player base has doubled since I started streaming it. In part, like the tournament, Sykkuno also played it. It's like blown up, and you can see the
Wait.
lines, like the viewers on Twitch and the players. Palmiana could blow up ARMS.
I don't think so.
No, he
Dude,
could.
I think-
100%.
Tommy's big enough; he could blow up ARMS.
Wait.
Yeah, but I don't think he could blow up ARMS for as long as you've blown up SAP. Am I crazy? Am
I-
smoking
Nah,
weed?
No,
Tommy
you
and it's
blow up
crazy
more.
Yeah, I think he
big.
blowed up more. Dude,
No,
Tommy's
I'm
Yeah,
talking about
Tommy's
longevity.
crazy.
Sure, but like if it spikes up, like that's all you need. Just a
Is
little
that
spike.
what we need to do? We host a coached Melee tournament. Every influencer gets a coach, and we just get all the Minecraft streamers.
You're just talking about PogChamps with Melee.
PogChamps
Yes.
for Melee with Minecraft
Yeah, I've
streamers
had this
only.
idea. It's a good idea.
This
It
is-
should
And
Yeah,
happen.
Ludwig
Aiden-
says he had
Aiden's
this
doing-
idea, but I actually gave him that
Aiden's
idea, and
doing
I'm
the esports
reiterating
version
it
of-
right now.
What if we did Squid Game? It's but this time it's like Mario.
Did you guys see that one tweet about Squid Game today?
Oh yeah.
That is so funny.
Real quick,
I
did
didn't
you
see it.
hear about that Coinbase $10 in free
Uh,
Bitcoin? Woo! Guys, check out Coinbase using coinbase.com/the yard as your
Let's
landing
do it
page.
back
So you
here.
can get $10 in Bitcoin when you
Turn
sign
that
up.
way.
And I said it correctly. It is $10
Okay,
in
where
Bitcoin,
is
and
he?
this is
Bro, the grill.
one of the best ways that to
Listen, it's for you.
get cryptocurrency
Sweet, sweet little
on
crypto.
your phone.
I
It's
use-
You get
super easy to
$10.
use, and you can even
I
do some
use it.
surveys that
Use it all the
that
time.
teach you
use it.
things and earn crypto from it.
use
So
Coinbase.
anyway, guys, I like them because they're like more secure. I think they're not that shady. I think they're cool people.
Why are
Check
all
out
the other
Coinbase.
icons on your
nothing
You
to
phone?
want-
know, it's the same
Make sure to go
size.
to the yard.
The same size as the other
Um,
icons.
Yeah. Sorry. Do you guys have an order? It's like the line's pretty long.
Oh,
The-
yeah.
There- Fuck.
We're gonna close in like 5 minutes.
Can I get the Candace?
Imagine you did that to a Starbucks person.
It's like that
Damn,
obvious.
everything's
Could I get the
lagging.
Candace? with
fire in the
with
hole?
milk?
You fired the whole
Tracking
time.
Yeah.
frames.
Jesus
No.
Christ.
That's the
You
greatest
should,
video
go,
ever.
you should literally go to like Florence, ADX Florence Supermax for
Oh,
that.
can I get extra fire in that drink? Fire in the hole?
That'd be fire. Yeah, I did see the tweet, Mr. Beast. It was basically like Mr. Beast in 4 days got 106 million views.
This is it.
And in a month, Squid Game got 111 million views. in
More
6
views,
years to
less
create.
time, fewer gatekeepers. That's the promise of the creator economy. I'm here to tell you, John Volleyball, I can't read the last name, you are so fucking stupid. This is the dumbest shit I've ever
This
seen in my
tweet
entire
created
life.
an absolute hate trend on this.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate because it's not
Wait,
Mr.
give me
Beast's
this.
fault.
Yeah, why is it a hate
It
don't
seems like an
know.
incredibly
Beast?
dumb tweet.
Because everyone was like, you are ignoring the fact that Mr. Beast just stole the work of the man who took 10 years to develop this show and actually get it published. And then everyone was like, yeah, and Mr. Beast missed the whole point of the show. It's all about like a critique on capitalism, and he's just doing it for profit. And he had like a mobile game ad, like valid critiques, but it basically just started the snowball.
Also,
of
how many
that.
views
Sure.
would his video get if it was just on Netflix? The Mr. Beast video.
I think less.
Way
Less.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
a terrible
Yeah,
comparison.
no,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think it is just so
I
weird
agree
that
with
that
that.
person tweeted that and about like this makes sense. It's kind of like when Squid Game came out before Mr. Beast's Squid Game was like
Which can be
uh,
learned by
if someone was like,
observing the
"Oh,
space
Squid Game took
between
X amount of time,
our
10
thoughts.
years. Same like comparison how much money it made.
Oh,
but you could
what's
also
up?
just invest in like
Shit,
100
wait.
Bitcoin, and it's the same. Like like media is like a time sink. I saw that tweet and I was like, these people have fucking brain rot. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like you gotta understand that value has like a thing that results in the end.
I think
and that's okay.
most people just decide that they want to say something before they have an opinion or have thought about what happened, and they start typing when they made that decision, and they're halfway through what they typed, and then they decide what their point is.
But the problem is that
3,
they're rich.
then -1.
And some people will be like, "You're so right because you're rich, gang." And that's
Oh.
the bad part, and that's where Ludwig is. But he has Mike.
You're so right.
380.
And
380.
you employ me.
Thanks, guys.
We love you,
This
man.
is great.
You know who
We
else
should
you
do this
employ
more
now?
often. What?
You know who else you employ now?
Who?
That's right.
Oh,
Auto.
yeah.
The blood ritual has been complete.
That was the comments. It was like
380.
Ludwig successfully poached everybody.
Now we
He
can
did.
go back. We can
Oh,
go
shit.
back to the conversation.
How do you do this in the time?
where,
I'm not smart enough.
Ludwig talked to
Oh
LP
yeah, we
and
got
was
this.
like, I don't think Nick's gonna come, and Nick was like, I'm not leaving.
Those two are
And now
red.
here we are.
Oh yeah, it was after the summit.
X
and
That happened?
triangle.
he like touched Nick
Yeah.
on the shoulder. He's like, "You taking this guy?" I was like, "Would dream of it." He doesn't
You, oh,
wanna
soft
leave.
lips over there? With all that ass?
Nah.
Not gonna happen.
Too much shrunk. Need somebody with a flat ass.
You're a poacher. You're just a poacher.
Well, look, you
You
know,
poached me like an egg.
we still work with Beyond the Summit. I feel like a lot of people are like, you poach them and like you're. putting
Yeah,
them
a
around.
lot of people
380.
are like saying things like, "Damn, he's trying to fucking take him down."
No.
Yeah.
And no, that's not-
It's
So
just,
yeah, some comments
I'm not
like
trying to do that.
BTS down bad, as if the company is like on its last
and
legs.
the company's doing fucking great.
They
I'm
Yeah.
still like
That's
gonna
missing
co-stream
on
Smash
the
Summit
way
with them. Like I'm
down.
still gonna have that partnership. I'm still going to like do mogul money through them. I have like a couple other game shows, like stuff I can't announce yet.
380.
Not even game shows, but
a couple. We got so part of the big move to YouTube, and part of like the big sort of the opportunities granted to Ludwin owners is like doing way cool shit. That's not just like being a streamer for the rest of his life, and I think that's good. You're diversifying like who you are. So like, if you didn't stream for like a year, you'd still be like doing cool stuff, making money.
This game's freaking me out because I feel so.
making mogul smooth.
Honestly, the
And
10-minute
that's
timer
the
makes
idea.
me feel
You just
extra
have
dumb.
that
I
because
don't. I think I've done this
producing. You
once.
don't have that capability.
One time.
So it's
I
pretty
made
cool,
it in
but
the
yeah,
timer.
it's a little hurt.
I was so annoyed because, like, right when I like told everyone publicly that I was leaving, I got so many people like LMAO. Remember when you said that you would never LMAO? And I
Wait.
was like, all right. Well, first of all, I said that before the yard was successful, and also more importantly, before anyone knew publicly about your YouTube deal. And those were two enormous factors in my ability to say yes to that question at this point. And I was like, Arthur fisting.
I
was like, no-
love
'cause,
puzzle
like,
games,
no
though.
one knows
They do
that,
make
like,
me feel
you
dumb
see the
sometimes, but I
clip?
love them.
did you see the clip, idiot?
Did you see the clip where you said that you would
Eat
do
your
it?
own words, soft lip.
Hey, soft lips, you lied.
You know the best part about you working with me
What is that?
Huh.
is that now we can go rock climbing.
That's huge. Yeah. We also record the yard not at night.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to that, dude.
Yeah.
This is two major keys, major W's.
Major healer. Yeah.
Recording the pod, fucking.
But you
going
know
to
what will
Melee
never
local.
change?
Okay.
He's gonna fart in the mic. Yeah. Okay. Oh, 2-6.
Bravo.
Why?
I'm
Wait.
spending the next 3
Why?
minutes over there.
Bravo, even. And while he spends that time over there,
2-6-8-0. Shit,
speaking
4.
of Smash,
No, wait.
let's
It takes
talk
3.
about
Oh,
Two-
the
2860.
biggest Smash tournament ever that was sneak announced today.
let's do it.
What do you? Come on, you
Yeah.
got it.
You smell
You're,
it?
are you? Hey,
2860.
when
Yeah,
the
you're-
camera is
hey,
on,
that's
I
right.
am a consummate
We
professional.
are actors.
You're a one-take Jake, I thought.
Oh, I am. And so,
So please enlighten them.
so
We
what's
talked
gonna
about this.
happen, guys, is that Ludwig
This game's pretty
is
fun.
gonna
This
make
is
a big
Escape
tournament.
Simulator. Oh, I guess Twitch
You're a
tells you that.
one-take. I'll tell you that.
There's a lot of levels.
Two
This
take
is
Tony in the building.
campaign.
So
They
I
released
sneak
2
announced
new.
that I want to run
Wait, I
the
should
biggest
pause this.
tournament.
They released 2 new levels for the campaign because I've already beaten it. But there's also workshop content for this. So there's tons of custom made maps and it's decent investment. I think it's only like 15 or 20 and you can go back and play it whenever you are in the mood to play something. But puzzle games, other than this, I'll always recommend The Witness and Portal. Those are probably 2 of my favorite puzzle games, and they're a lot more story driven than this is. I get warm with the kitty in my lap.
Ever in 2022, which is basically just saying Aiden,
Yeah.
dude.
What do you want me to do,
Do
dude?
the, can
What do you want me to do?
Oh,
Can you
your
make the
job.
biggest tournament ever?
My job.
Yeah.
To run the merch company.
Yeah.
It's still bad.
The audio
Wait.
listeners, he
Can I?
Nick,
I somehow-
Nick got up after
No.
Anthony farted and went to the other side of the room
It
and
looked
then
like he was
just tried to walk
recreating
back
Cutie walking into
after
glass.
like 15 seconds and like hit a fog. He walked into like a physical wall of. Oh, dude, it's oh, it's
Hmm.
It
taking
smells
over
like
here.
your farts, Jake.
Dude,
Uh,
this is so bad. Dude,
What do
you
these
like derailed all
dots
this. This is
mean?
Hey, Just smells kind of like an old attic.
Like an old
Wait.
wet
Like
attic.
when you
That is
fish out
so
your
bad.
Halloween toys or
Where's that?
Halloween decorations or Christmas
138
decorations. Yeah, it's a bit moldy.
Dude,
That's what it
took
smells
so
like.
much time to like drift over here too.
It was slow.
Like it's heavy.
Yeah. It took a while. It was kind of like elephant toothpaste. The slow chemical
This
reaction.
is the biggest joy he gets. Is this? He's never happier than this moment.
My biggest joy was
It's the-
announcing the Switch in the adoration from people in the successful video, and his was farting into a mic.
It's
for
the hardest I've laughed in so long right now. Oh man. Hey, hey,
I
hey,
love
hey,
slime.
shout out to
He's
the
so
yard, huh?
dumb.
Alright. Hey, shout out to Ludwig.
Now you're just like doing toasts. The nights now.
That was a miserable time. I'm glad I'm back and it's gone.
Okay.
Hey,
So-
welcome back to the yard, everybody.
Oh man, that was transformative.
Ludwig wants to host a convention.
I
with
want to
a- with
host
a large
the
tournament.
biggest Smash tournament of all time, and
He said that for years.
I don't ever want to do
2380.
like TanaCon. You know that right? TanaCon. Did you hear about
Yeah,
Oh, I know
Tana
about TanaCon,
Montague?
yeah.
that?
what are you talking
Tana, yeah, Tana Montague. That's the one.
2680.
Yeah.
Made a convention. This is like a YouTuber. She's like a very successful YouTuber. Has like 5 million subscribers.
She got married to Jake Paul.
She got I
and
think
said
me
the
married to
N-word.
Jake Paul. No, that was
In-
iDubbbz that said the N word.
in that order?
Next to her.
She said it
He
before
was next
him.
to someone who said
Wait,
the N-word.
what did he do? Throw his voice?
He-
Like Chef Dunham?
Well, what he did is he literally showed up, ran next to her in a photo op. She didn't recognize him, and then he said "say," and then he said the N-word, and then she like froze, and then was
Oh
just
my
shell-shocked.
god.
Yeah, because she said it first.
Did she?
Albeit like four
look,
or
I
5
might- I
years
don't know
ago,
this
That
right?
lore.
was before she married Jake
Aiden
Paul.
just defending him.
Clear.
It's not his fault for saying
Nobody
the
should be saying
N-word.
the N-word. Nobody should be saying the
No,
N-word. That
no,
is not
we're
what
taking the power
You're
back.
absolving her of having said it. That's all
I
I'm
didn't
saying.
know she said it.
Yeah, that was the whole thing.
That's
That makes
why
more sense
all
then.
that happened.
That makes
Yeah.
more
Ah,
sense.
Okay.
X
So this
triangle.
person who said the N-word threw
What's
a
that
party.
mean?
You know.
Anyway, I don't
This
know
is like
what
you know what,
I don't know what her
This is
convention-
literally me explaining my mom the YouTube deal.
Yeah.
I don't
so
know. I don't,
subscribe.
what
It's
what
free
happens?
now?
That's how
what
the- that's how the
happens at
KKK
Tana
formed.
Montague's convention?
Well, so she threw something called TanaCon. It's like infamous for being an absolute shit show, waste of money, insane lines, incredibly
Oh.
hot. It was like somewhere in LA, nothing to
wow.
do,
Wait,
just
what?
like a giant scam.
Yeah.
And I also think
I'm
the
in.
vanity of throwing a convention
idea of it,
and
right-
calling it like Ludwig Con
Wait,
what?
is like
We're not gonna do.
insane.
Wasn't
We
the
have a
idea
name.
of it? It was like despite VidCon, right? That was the idea. Is VidCon was happening simultaneously.
Yeah, it was something.
And then,
really?
Also,
yeah,
this
I feel
game
like
is
we're talking about this, like,
co-op
half
if
the
you're still
Tana
here,
Con,
Arena.
but,
So if you can get
VidCon was
another
happening
friend to
simultaneously,
play it,
and then
you
she
feel
was
less
like,
dumb.
I'm
Because
gonna
me and
do
my
it.
friend,
'Cause something happened.
well,
to me.
you
I
know,
don't remember.
Trevor.
It was so long ago.
And then it was like
Big
a
Hondy,
Tumblr bar.
we were able to do this a lot faster on some of these
No.
levels.
No.
Get it in the comments.
I don't.
Comment
think
if you got
they
that
do.
one.
Our 40-year-old viewer base is like, I remember that.
Woo,
Different
love
websites.
that.
Different websites.
And so but I do want to do a because I think like influencer-based tournaments are just more successful.
So is it?
They do better with sponsors. They do better with viewership. They do better all around.
You're right.
And so like this is the best way to describe it is like a LudCon, but
Is it
also the
like
biggest Smash tournament ever is the
one-
main goal of it.
so
and we have
when
a
you
wonderful-
say big, by what metric are you trying to achieve?
Most entrants ever for both games,
6.
and also largest prize pool ever for both games.
I actually think this is so
167.
easy.
His approach to this,
Four.
I mean,
the
and
strat,
make money is the
I think we'll
I
get
think
it.
regular
We'll figure it
Smash
out.
tournaments are trying to capitalize on getting the most amount of Smashers to come. I think
Wait.
Ludwig is capitalizing on the most amount of like his viewers.
My
Oh,
5-head
shit.
idea was make it fun for anyone, even if
Okay,
you don't
okay.
really like Smash that much,
674.
and then make the entry to the tournaments like very small, like a buck.
with
a
like
low
Genesis
barrier.
can do, but they can't get people to give a shit, right?
Yeah.
Like they can't convince people that it's going to be fun, even though they probably would have fun if they went.
There's an interesting
He can.
problem too. It's like, okay, the barrier of entry, like financially, is like, okay, I'm
That
selling tickets
goes-
for like
how
a
do you combine
$10 or
things?
something. And it's like, yeah, but then you get the Evo Japan situation where like thousands of people register.
Yeah, I mean that was
and then
because it was literally free.
it was literally free, and I wonder if like $10 versus $0 is that much.
I think
different.
having
It
to
is,
put in
but
credit card information is the game changer.
that's a labor friction.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Moist Critical ran a few tournaments really early on for Ultimate,
Yeah, I remember.
and they had insane dropouts because like it was free. If you sign up for free,
Yeah.
people will sign up. If
'Cause
they
that-
have to put a penny in, all of a sudden you'll have like 30% the amount of people
that
sign up.
online critical tournament is technically the largest FGC or Smash bracket ever. I think.
Oh really?
Huh.
Yeah.
But-
Because
and-
Before they played it out.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, but that it.
The amount of
they're
people that showed
including
up
the
was,
DQs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And then like what? Giant waves of pools were just DQ.
Damn,
Yeah.
it seems
Yeah.
like my
I'm glad we can
computer's
talk
running
about
slow.
LoveCon now.
Maybe I
Like, it's been-
can't.
We've been talking about it for so long.
We have a different name, by the way. We're
I know.
gonna
Yeah,
get
I'm,
a
call, I'm
different
calling
name.
it that.
Yeah.
to not
This
spoil
is
the
a
name.
test.
I don't want to spoil the
I don't
name
care.
either.
Spoils on
I'm
the name.
excited about
This-
the name. I'm actually so
Is it too
excited.
loud?
We have to
we
trademark
need
it.
Might
to
be
we
too
need to
loud.
get more locked, I think, to announce things like name, date, things like that. But the goal is 2022, and if at any moment in the next like few months you're like, what is going on with that? Just ask Aiden.
That's right. Aiden will be on top of it, waking up at noon, figuring it out.
Aiden's gonna roll out of bed around 4 p.m. Gonna check if the sun's
This
up.
is a bad bit.
If the sun is up, he's gonna go
This
back
is
to
not
bed.
a bit, Aiden. When
Seven's
I
done.
announced this made it real, and now it has to
No,
happen.
no, not
6
the
is
event. We've been
done.
working on the event. For the record, I have started on this. This is a real project. The bit
Four.
of you guys adding hours to when I wake up every day.
When you wake up
Today?
Friday.
Friday? Last Friday?
This Friday, it just happened.
Can't even remember. So late in the day.
10:30?
10:30.
p.m.
Yeah.
It's getting worse.
Look, I will
Beat
say
this.
I
He'll
was
tumble downstairs.
I was up in the office last night, and we talked, and I was like, I have a 9 a.m. He's like, I have an 8:30. I get up for my 9 a.m.er. Aiden's nowhere to be seen.
Snoozing?
Rolls down at like 9:40.
Not true.
You roll
Not
at
true.
9:30.
Rolled down at 9:20.
Roll at 9:20. And I thought I didn't say anything. I thought it was like, bitch misses 8:30.
Did you miss your 8:30?
No, I didn't have an 8:30. I was just waking up at 8:30.
Oh.
Oh. Well, you didn't actually wake up at 8:30. You just hit
No, I
snooze.
woke up at 9.
Wait.
Snoozy
What?
man.
Snoozy man.
Snoozy man.
Why
What?
am I on trial right now?
Hey,
Because
That's our thing.
that's our thing.
It's
yeah.
doing
well,
that
hey,
to
welcome
you.
to the yard.
You're the guy. What the
Getting
fuck?
gaslit.
That little goblin that I know you.
Don't call me fat little goblin.
You call him a fat little goblin?
Yeah, that's what
fat,
I said.
that's a fat little goblin.
That's right. That's right.
Get
I
wrecked,
looked at
Nick.
those words.
I like it.
You
it?
like fat
I
little
like
goblin.
it. Yeah, I
No,
like
you
Can I
it.
talk to HR about
when
this?
I did it.
Yeah, wait, yeah, please.
So he's been calling.
Sorry,
he's my
fat
superior.
little goblin, talk.
Fat little goblin.
Who's my fat little goblin?
Can I go?
Who are you talking to?
This is boring.
Who are you talking
I
to?
don't want to be in this HR meeting.
HR's cool now. We're making it cool.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
alright.
They went
man.
missing
It's
on the way
okay,
down.
On the subject of you farting and your general hijinks,
Between the thoughts.
I would say
what
you
was that?
escalated
alright.
it
My jungle
this
hijinks.
week.
Your slime jinx.
So we, as our patrons might know, we have a little
Follow
bit
your
of a side,
dreams.
couple side shows we do every week. We do
Oh
an
my
advice show.
God.
Me and Nick do an advice show.
We got
And
a main
then,
bitch and a mistress
just-
on the
Oh,
page.
Oh, the movies have been hot lately with the Disney Channel original.
HR watched it with
original
you last
movies.
time, right?
Yeah, he was in the room.
Was
we
he
couldn't
mic'd
really
up?
hear him. No, he wasn't mic'd up. He just hung out, but it was
He
fun
showed up
time.
so late that we were
But-
prepared.
We were recording the advice show
Hmm.
before you guys watched the movie, and towards the end of the advice show, Anthony walks downstairs in front of us, and we kind of notice it out of the corner of our eyes. And I look over. Anthony is standing on the stairs, pantsless, Christmas wreath around his waist area, dick and ball fully out in the middle of the wreath, and he's like looking at us like
Yeah.
like
It
proud
looked,
of
it looked like a Christmas episode of SpongeBob, and I was looking at Squidward.
And I made eye contact, and I looked at him first. Like, I didn't look down. I was like, what? And then I looked down. I'm like, oh, that's what. And then, but then
Take him
instead of ending or like concluding the
Kept
bit,
looking at us.
he was like, he stood there and just for like 30 seconds straight, and he just kept giggling to himself.
Yeah, I've learned he's kind of like a child when they draw something, and you just got to like put it on the fridge so it goes away. You have to be like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a content creator now.
You've been saying that. and
Yeah,
you're
what's up
not.
with this content
He's been
creator?
making
Oh, we already
YouTube
talked about
videos.
this, huh?
He's
Like
been
my
on his
video?
shit about how he's like fulfilled because of this YouTube spree.
Yeah, I made that video.
H-Jog was telling me that you
First,
sat him
like-
down and made him watch your 12-minute video.
I did not do that. I literally didn't, and he didn't watch the whole thing. I said,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Oh, you made a video? I'll check that out. And then he starts watching it, and then I leave. And then I'm like, okay, he'll watch
I
it.
had a slime moment. I forgot about this.
What?
Me and you were the same.
Yeah, we're the same. I've been saying
We're the
that
exact
shit.
same. You want to know what my slime moment was?
Yeah, baby.
All right. Me,
Hmm.
Same ass baby.
Ludwig, and Atrioc and Stans were all climbing.
Love climbing.
We were rock climbing together, having a grand.
I'm good at climbing
Atrioc
nowadays.
loves climbing.
Okay.
He sees the wall, and it's like when the kid
Seven,
just gets to the
-1.
birthday party, and they sprint out and they start immediately kicking a soccer ball or like
Hopping
fucking going down the
around.
slide.
Yeah.
He's like that.
There's dog in the dog bowl, and he runs over it.
And-
He'll climb something and then come down, and normally you take a break, and then like, oh, I'll climb this. He runs to another wall.
He also doesn't
They
consider like
went
burnout or anything
missing
else. Like he'll just like
on
instead
the
of climbing
way
something like the way you're kind of
down.
supposed to, he'll just do full muscle like pull-ups to get there as fast as possible,
3,
making him like unable to do climbs for like the rest of the
Yeah,
night.
and it'll try him, and it'll be like, I don't know, I'm
5,
tired.
3,
And then
1?
Like,
Yeah.
He like doesn't change
Wait a
anything.
minute.
What I do like is when he finishes one, he pops off. Like,
Hey.
really happy, and I'm always like, hey, I like that you're happy about it. Anyway, we're there, and they decide that they're gonna try to get merch photos right here, right now, in a gym
There we
full
go.
of
That's how
people.
you do it.
And the
What,
way
like
that they're
on their
doing,
phone?
like they're trying to take like merch
Oh.
photos
Basically,
on
like
their phone.
a
Another
picture
key.
of H.Rock's merch for Twitter.
Yeah, and so
'Cause his merch
H-Rock's
got released.
wearing his merch out like climbing,
Yeah.
and he's like, all right, I wanna do like a really sick climb and then get a photo of me at the top of it, but like I can't actually do it. So like Ludwig uppies. So like Ludwig and Atriok are on the mat, and he's trying to like lift him, but it's not fucking working. And they're like Nick, come take the picture. Like you're the photo guy, take the picture. And I'm holding the phone, and I'm like, everyone's like kind of looking at us now, and they're like fucking around, and I'm like,
You're embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed as all fuck.
Yeah.
And they keep doing it. So
Like,
they go.
uppies.
They go to a different part of
Uppies.
the gym, and Atriok's like, oh, I'm gonna do this one. He jumps up and he falls off immediately. He's like, oh fuck, I can't get up this one.
All right, is he saying
Hmm.
uppies?
I'm saying uppies.
Okay, that's all.
He's not saying
Yeah.
uppies. It is me.
Okay.
And I'm just holding the phone like I don't want to be doing this. Everyone is staring. We're taking up climbs that people probably want to be doing. and taking
X
a fucking picture.
triangle.
And I was like, I want
I
to
haven't
die.
seen
And then I
shapes.
handed the phone to Stan and said, this is your job now. And I went to the other side of the gym and then tried a different climb because I was so embarrassed.
Oh yeah.
It was the worst.
Yeah.
You're also in a setting
Them-
that's filled with normal people.
Wait.
Normals.
Them being Ludwig and Nick being into rock climbing rock climbing makes me want to get back into it. I want that to be my physical activity, but I also have my job that's my physical activity, and then streaming. Maybe I can go like once a week on Sunday or something. I miss rock climbing though, it's fun.
Yeah.
That's right.
That
How'd you
makes
feel
it
about
light
it?
that
How'd
much.
you
I
feel
thought
about
great. It was a blast.
Well, no. Did you feel like you were encroaching on people's time and space?
They were going to
So
climbs that like
two.
they all right, you know when you're at this is actually like this. You know when you're at the skate park and there's kids
Wait,
on like
what if
the
I go,
sick
like-
ramp, but they're just like on a scooter kind of going in circles, and you can't use the pro area because there's like a kid not using it, but he's there. It was like that. Like they're over at like the V5s and they're like trying to get a picture of Atriok on it, but they're spending 20 minutes on this, and I'm like, bro, someone
We're
wants to
at
use
like
that.
a rail, and no one around me's grinding.
Okay.
Is what it felt like to me.
Because when you're on the mat under a climb, you don't want to stand directly under that because there's people there and they might fall on you.
Much can be
So
learned by
there's no way to
observing
know that if any
the
of the people that are
space
in, like, the
between our
walkway
thoughts.
want to do it.
Mr. Yellow on the left.
I'm so
How
jealous.
long did this take?
Maybe 15, 20.
5 minutes.
No shot. No
5
fucking
minutes.
shot. I won't let you get away with 5 minutes. 15, 20.
Bailiff, please arrest somebody.
You're clearly at fault.
He's clearly an honor. He's
What
like,
the funniest part is, he
That's
gets
him.
the picture, right? He's showing it to everyone, and then Nick looks at it and he's like, that's not the same tank top we're selling.
yeah, he's wearing the one we aren't selling. And he's like, it's fine. It's like, close
Oh,
enough.
that's just
Are you
telling me
fucking
to look
I'm like,
here.
you're a moron.
Okay.
It's not close
I
at
actually
all.
can't- I
It's
can't
a
handle it.
dramatically different
What if I
design.
That's
go like
crazy.
7,
News
then all the way
alert.
down and
It's
just watch this
time,
one day?
Ludwig.
Give us the news.
Susan, that's a tough last name.
Be
CEO
Anthony
of
YouTube?
YouTube
Yeah.
The YouTube lady?
tweeted me out.
Ooh.
Quote retweet,
Ooh.
great news, welcome at Ludwig.
That's really nice of her
Hey,
to
tweet
do.
back right now. Do you want to come on the yard?
That'd be so sick.
I would feel uncomfortable doing that.
Why?
I don't want to put someone in that position.
Coming on our show? That's a
Let's
position.
just get the
Refresh, zip
whole
refresh.
thing clean.
Are we doing this live? That's crazy.
Refresh and
Whoa.
scroll down.
Susan
Wojak.
Wojak? Feels good, man.
We just did the same thing.
Want to come on my podcast?
I think that's fun.
No, we arrived at the same conclusion. that
Cleaning the
that's-
whole elevator does not
heard
get
it
you
was
anything. That's
can't-
teaching children bad habits.
Anyway, that's cool, and I think it was cool in the gym too.
Can we call her Big Sue?
I think that.
Okay, so I got that.
Yo,
No,
Big Suze.
Can we call her Crazy Sue?
Yo,
7 was done,
So
right?
you're
You know
using
what?
two
Right.
words
What's good, crazy
that
Suze?
generally are very negative towards women.
Where's the guy?
big and crazy?
Where's the guy at the zoo? What's he do?
The first
the
video.
guy at the zoo.
Can we
That
get
would-
him on?
done.
That would be a cool guy to have on.
No, it wouldn't, because you ask him one thing, it was like.
To
when
be
you did
clear,
that.
to be
It's
clear,
like,
guys,
that's
that
it.
is
No,
the
he's
founder
cool.
of YouTube.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is not like the guy. Like he's not like, oh yeah, I was at the zoo. It's like, oh, he also founded YouTube and created the website. So
Yeah.
that's the interesting part. It's not like we get him on and we go, so were the elephants like actually big?
Well, that would be.
It would be
Actually, that'd be
hilarious if we
really
did a whole
funny.
Podcast just asking about the
What
animals.
else?
He
is at
just
the
asked
zoo?
about the
And he's
zoo.
like, I looked at YouTube too. I was like, oh, that's cool. So was it like gorilla?
Do you like
It's also crazy because
Do
we
you
just
hey.
went
like-
to that zoo.
meerkats? Did you
No.
see that?
Wait, fuck.
Get ice cream? I
Where
love
was
ice
I?
cream.
Dippin'
Where was
Dots.
I?
How about
0.
power?
Oh, it doesn't matter. I just had to do it.
That's
Before the door
getting-
I want a
Yes.
cool name
Powerful.
for our new
getting
for our new
Powerful
boss.
Susan.
In-
For our new
Empowered.
boss.
How
Powerful
about
Susan.
just Suze Magoo?
Girl
Suze
boss.
Magoo?
How about just
Girl
Suze
boss
Magoo's?
Suze?
That's his
Suze
first
Magoo's.
thought. Suze
like that.
Magoo's.
Let's just steal everything
Suze
from I Love You Man.
Magoo's.
That's our Bible
Is I Love You Man?
Yeah.
Stealing from I Love You Man? All I do is steal from I Love You Man and Dan Cook.
every single day.
Damn. That should be your Tinder bio.
Oh, I gotta tell you guys about my Uber driver.
Yeah,
Oh,
wow.
I love it
You
about to
wrote
tell me.
this.
Love it
Oh.
goes, hey, you want to hear about this Uber driver I had? And I
Triangle
said, no, I want to hear about it on the pod.
X.
And he was like,
Does that just
I was
mean
bummed
like
because they were like Zipping
turn
2
that
and
off?
like Atrioc, and I couldn't tell them either.
You couldn't farm all W's.
So visiting Cutie's family for Thanksgiving.
what?
Hop in an Uber because we flew there, we didn't drive. And the Uber driver is like this old white man, and he's like making more conversation than I'd like. I was literally sitting there thinking to myself, Aiden would like this, but this is too much for me.
Yep.
And then he says, "Do you guys like Christmas music?" And I was like, "Yeah," but it was
you
a
said-
bait question.
Yes, sir. Blood.
I'd be weird if he said called it blood.
Yeah, I didn't do
What's
that.
up,
You
blood?
didn't call him blood.
No, I mean I'm with you too, but I don't. It doesn't extend that far.
We're Pyrus now.
Yeah. Pyros and Crips could all get along.
Pyros.
Pyros.
The Pyros and the Mages.
It's the Spyro and the
in
Crips.
Gardena.
And he's flying around.
X
So
triangle.
he asked me if I like Christmas music. I'm like, yeah, but it's a bait. And he goes, oh, okay, because I have my like Christmas plan. And I'm like, okay,
No way.
play it. And he goes, some people don't like it. And I'm like,
That's a weird
what?
thing to say.
What is
What is
it?
it, Christian Grey?
I'm
my,
like-
my needs are. My desires are a little off.
And he goes, let's just say my favorite genre is death metal.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought what I thought.
Death metal Christmas
And
music
I'm like,
exists?
Okay. And like he's still adding more preamble. He's like, I play this and my wife was going crazy. She hated it.
He was being a crazy.
I hate this guy.
And I'm like, whoa, sounds nuts. And Cutie's like being cutie. She's like passively saying like the most supportive things. Like, I mean, that sounds great. Like that sounds like actually really
He's
funny.
about to press it. He looks figure. I'm serious. Like, it's nuts.
Yeah. He's like puts waivers in the back. You should sign this before you listen.
I have two sides: nicest Uber driver you'll ever meet, and twisted fucking psychopath.
Cutie's just this default supportive Uber drivers, even when they cross the line like they do in Italy.
Yeah, she is automatically.
like,
And so he
make
starts
two?
off with Jingle Bells by Korn.
No way.
Jingle bells by
That's tight. I
Korn.
like this
And
guy now.
while he's explaining that this is actually called Jingle Balls, and I'm
Jingle
listening to Korn
Balls.
do their version of it, I look at his iPad that lights up, and it goes bing plus 0.86 coin, bing plus 1.5 coin. And I'm like, what's that? And he goes, oh, I'm mining crypto while driving. It's called
What?
every time I drive, it mines crypto. And so I'm listening to a death metal Christmas album from a man who's farming crypto. On
New
the
guy
drive.
just dropped. Actually, this
That is
he
a
is the
new
only guy.
Did
That's
he call it death metal?
crazy.
He no, he used the correct terms. He,
New metal?
no, he just like he was. I like that.
It's just interesting because like some people would be like Korn death metal. That's they would get kind of annoyed at that, which isn't a big deal. I just think it's kind of funny. 'Cause it's like they want to hear this death metal, and it's like
I'm not doing him service because I'm not very like knowledgeable of the genre, but
Yeah, no, I
it,
get
it
you.
was kind of like
It's
the
only
whose
death
line
metal
is
if
it
one
anyway
of them
bit.
dies in the creation of it. You have to die.
You have to die for
Yes.
death metal.
Snuff
'cause
metal?
death.
Snuff metal.
Yeah, no, I get
Of
it.
course, Aiden would know.
hey,
Yeah.
save it all for the next Ms. Kip show where we'll be funny.
Oh, I'd love to be on their side. That'd be awesome. Be fucking most popular kid in school.
He basically was like the Who's Line bit where he did like the selling of the album. He would preamble every artist and like what the song is, And so it's
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
this
so
is
they're
like
called-
the Wayne Brady
yeah.
bit.
He's like,
That's
this is
so
the
funny.
singer for Metallica, and he's doing a song called "Merry Fucking Christmas." And then he'd like pause, like waiting for me to
It's
reply, and I'd be
almost
like,
like
they don't say fucking in normal Christmas songs, and he'd go,
bye.
yeah,
God.
they don't.
Crazy.
And apparently he toured with metal bands back in the day, and it was the most
He's
psychopathic.
like, all right, they're called Coheed and Cambria. The thing is, the music, it's all like part of a graphic novel, and he goes through the whole thing. It's crazy that Ludwig is psychoanalyzing this guy because he doesn't usually do that, which means that this guy crossed
He did cross
a
the
mental
line.
line.
He rattled me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ludwig
I
is
was.
Ludwig. I am Ludwig pilled now, and it's.
Little
and I
kid.
Yeah,
wrote
what did
this
you mean
down.
when you said that?
So Ludwig has this outlook on life, and I get it now because I'm a content creator. And I was like, so everything that he does, or like, has to go toward this like gravity ball of I need to make good content and move forward with that. And I get it. And it's like anything that kind of gets in the way of that, he just has to put it aside. And I was thinking like, I understand what he's like now.
What?
I make videos.
Shut the fuck up.
No.
Yeah,
no.
you are a moron.
No. Listen, I'm not saying that I am like this, or I do this, or I'm going to like be like
Are you even monetized?
make shit like look. I'm monetized, but I put songs in my videos, so I can't.
Okay.
You were listening to
Slime
Rush.
makes one free throw,
No,
and he's
no, no.
like, I get
Listen,
it now. I
listen.
get why they go to the
I,
court at 8
I'm
a.m.
saying that
He's like
made,
Ty Lopez, bro. Yo, it's
I'm a
about
hooper.
knowledge, all right?
I made a free throw, and I basically was like, oh, and then I went through this like fucking
Wait, what? Give me this
Slumdog
thing.
Millionaire life, where I just see into the future.
What's that
which
thing?
doesn't happen in Slumdog Millionaire, and he's like, and basically I understood.
Describing
It's like Life
Slumdog
of
Millionaire
Pi.
like it's
There's
that
no
so
timer.
Raven.
I
got-
can see in the future.
I understood everything because I need to like kind of walk in someone's shoes for a second to like get the whole
Live
deal. And I get
uploads
it.
a
Oh,
single
it's a
YouTube video, and he turns into
pull
Drake
down.
in the Sprite commercial. And he starts breaking apart into different pieces.
I don't get the reference, but that sounds right.
Zipper pull up Drake in the
It's
Sprite
you
commercial.
basically figured out what it's like to chew 5 gum after posting
I
that.
did. and so now I get it, and now
Forgot
I'm so
about
much
Five
more
Gum.
understanding of like everything Ludwig
You
does.
went into the avatar state.
Yeah, I like astral
Come on.
projected myself, and I'm like everything. I understand it now.
Look, this is you. This is you. All right, you uploaded the video.
Please.
yeah.
Why? I've done that
I'm
so
Mayo Man.
long
Drake
ago.
just breaking apart into pieces.
I'm
like
stuck
some
much
AI.
later
And
than
this
that.
is Slime.
That's
Oh,
me.
all right, it went away. This is Slime telling us. Ready? So, all right, he uploads the video. He realizes
This is it.
he reaches the pinnacle.
That's
This is him telling us. Right. Get there.
I'm
Commercial is
so
so
It's
long.
still Drake, but Sprite is
Dude, I forgot about
Right
this.
here.
Let me fucking give it to you, bro.
Content.
First name
name
Eva,
greatest.
last name greatest.
So yeah, I
Reverse
get
that.
it now, and that's so funny that you had a crypto.
So
driver.
you guys are the
Ever
same now.
greatest. You're
And we're
right.
the
I
same.
did it
Mining-
wrong.
How does the crypto
mining,
driving thing work?
crypto by
That's
driving reminds me
interesting
of
and
those people
weird.
who would like farm Pokemon Go by carrying around like 6 phones and an iPad as they walk through the streets.
I never
Yeah.
saw
Oh
a grinder
my
like
Except
that.
instead of getting Pokemon, maybe you bank 3 billion or maybe you bank $3. And it's a 99.99999.
They're just driving around on one of those carts that people who like have trouble walking use, but they have like 8 iPhones.
That's crazy. Well, how long was the ride?
30 minutes.
Yeah, you had to.
I wonder
It,
how
it
much
was,
money you
dude,
made.
all I wanted to
Wonder how
do
much money
was
it was.
watch TikTok, and I had to listen to Korn instead.
Just
And
You're
I
the one-
don't like
I
metal.
think you're
One
the
star.
first guy that's had that problem, maybe ever.
I don't like
think
metal.
so. It's not.
It's not for me. I prefer Japanese city pop.
I prefer
Dude,
Japanese.
The Japanese border's closed
That's
again.
right.
Yeah,
Hey,
get fucking
Open the
owned.
border. Stop having
wait,
it be
because
closed.
of the new variant.
Because Omniscron.
Are you going to
Right.
Smash Camp now?
Whoops.
No,
Why?
because I'm sad.
I'm going to
It's spite.
I'm going to
What?
Sweden in 2 days.
What?
I'm going back.
Hold on. Wait.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, he's going He's going to Sweden
Times
for a
3.
Young Lean concert.
Yeah, I fucking found that
That's
so.
gonna be a
Oh
move.
my god, I gotta just
No, I didn't see that.
wait
Yeah.
until it gets to the
Coming from a
hint for
mile
the
away.
area I am.
This actually smells like gasoline.
Oh,
So,
I'm gonna actually figure it out in 10 minutes before
Smells like
got
that
high.
happens.
I mean, yeah.
I just
Why
watched the
are you
Always Sunny
going
video.
to Sweden?
Oh,
yeah, that
why are you
doesn't
going
help.
in? What's there?
I'm literally just going.
They went
Well,
missing.
didn't
The,
have
re-
to
the,
do with
result,
it at all.
the results
That's
came
just
in, and it's his.
missing
I
floors.
don't like the bit. I like. You know what? You had sex with an older
Hey.
woman, and that's okay.
In case anyone
Dude.
forgot.
She wasn't even that much
Can I
older
tell
than
you?
me.
Can I tell you, as your boss, if you go to
Wasn't even
Sweden
that
and
much
you
older
don't
than
come
me.
back with a pipe story, it's
Why did you not go pipe anybody?
Problematic.
Not
I
about
am now
pipe.
HR, and that was wrong.
No,
I'm not
he has to
traveling
pipe.
for sex.
You have to pipe and you have to tell us the story. It's the only reason you're allowed to travel.
What are you gonna do?
Otherwise, you're landlocked.
I'm actually going to a Young Lean concert, and then I'm going to a
That's so
a
tight.
football match.
I'm on his side
Wait,
now.
what's a football match?
I don't know, some Swedish club.
I love
Dude,
that.
we watched
got invited to
me
it.
and Slime watched football highlights last night.
We
Like,
Yeah,
watched
it's
some
tight.
sick goals.
Is that because
tight.
of me? 'Cause we
it
watched
was,
it 2 days
it was
ago.
in your recommended, so yes.
We fucked up your algorithm. We put a bunch of Aqua Teen Hunger Force in there.
Yeah. We did not. But Slime was reacting to football like it was the first time.
Aqua
he'd
Teen,
watched
I wasn't a
Not like in a
huge
bad
fan
way,
of.
but like he saw like his first
One of the
bicycle
few
kick and he
Adult
went,
Swim shows
"What?"
I didn't
Yeah.
really watch.
And I was
was
like,
like,
yeah,
damn.
bro. these
Everyone
guys are
goes on the
crazy.
screen and goes, "Is that Messi?"
No, they did have to point him out.
Yeah,
I
Back
had
in
to
the
point
day,
out
yeah.
Messi. Yeah,
I had to
we
literally
actually
go,
did.
That's Messi. And he goes, really?
Yeah, I said really.
He's
'cause they
small,
pointed
though.
it out.
Why?
Ronaldo took his shirt off in the montage, and Slime was like, "Wow, he's so."
I was like,
fit."
that guy's jacked. And you were like, that's Ronaldo. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
He also was like,
He
they have
is.
the most
It's
hair in
crazy how
sports.
jacked
That's true.
he is.
Yeah.
And then Wayne Rooney came on screen, and he was like, wait a
The
minute.
theory,
Hmm.
the
Aren't
theory
that
why they
bald?
have so much hair is that they're technically like higher celebrities than like say American athletes because they're like world stars, and like when you're a football athlete in your country, you're like a big fucking deal. And you got to take care of the way you look. But like if you're a
He
baseball
cut the
player,
ribbon to the city, dude.
you don't really like. You're
Are
not
you
as
kidding
like,
me?
celebritified as
You,
you
there's
are.
that many hints
I can't
for the
argue on
it's
both
all that came from the goddamn briefcase.
Thank
It's
My,
on this note.
My
My doctor.
grandma.
It's on it.
called
You
me
need
this
the
week
4 hints
and
to
very,
describe this
very
note.
surprised. Found out my
she's doing it.
grandmother.
She's
Maybe
This is so
maybe if I
old.
delete that.
This is so.
I'm just asking how she's
Maybe if
doing,
I just
right?
delete all this. Get it. Oh no, I need you.
She
Is
sounds
she-
lovely. She sounds lovely.
Is it the
Fuck the
grandma,
banana.
Just
Grandpa
living her
Ivan?
Get the
life.
fuck out of here.
No.
Screw you,
Different
You
one.
never talk about
napkin?
that guy.
I don't know what
I
this
met
is.
his other grandpa,
Napkin.
and he was the sweetest man I'd ever met.
Yeah, which was a lot coming from
I throw
you.
away
It
the
was like, it
broom.
was such- to
Okay,
hear-
that
to
doesn't
say
make
that
sense.
about
This can't
someone
fit a
was, like,
broom.
such a nice endorsement.
That guy rules,
Yeah.
and I'll say
He's
it
a big
again.
fan of my grandpa.
I want to fly to his hot tub.
But
Smoke a
this
blunt.
this grandma, you know, she calls me every once in a while, and to my very surprised ears, found out she listens to the podcast.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
She's like 70,
Sorry, can you give us a moment?
76,
So-
75.
Sorry.
Sorry that we
I would
said.
say
Sorry that we
that-
said
How-
that stuff
What's her
about-
last? Sorry, last name.
Her name is Patricia.
Thank
How
you.
did-
Sorry,
Sorry,
this is
Patricia.
What?
Patricia.
How would I have figured
Thank
this
you
out?
for watching the yard.
Aiden's
Yeah.
lovely.
What's
She
the
says
difference
she has
between
to- she
triangle
tries
and
to see if she
omega?
has to
What
turn
the
it off
fuck does
sometimes
this
because
mean?
Sometimes it gets too raunchy for her.
What?
I don't see
that
where that's
doesn't
coming
make
from.
sense.
Yeah, but she
No.
says she still
Is it 'cause of
tries to
you?
listen to it because she likes
Yeah,
hearing.
something you
What does
said.
that
Because of
mean?
something
hearing
you
from
say?
me.
Does she like stop listening and then she like goes and does stuff for an hour and then comes back?
What?
I
I'm
don't-
probably
I
different
don't know.
podcasts. Like
What?
episode 3.
I think she skips
Like maybe
episodes.
this week they were cleaner. And
How,
it's like
how,
that.
Was I
how
just supposed
far
to,
does
like-
Aiden's grandma get into this
Wait.
episode? before
That's
she
what
turns
I
it off?
want to know.
Oh
I
my
actually
god,
don't
you're
know
supposed to
when her
press the
line is.
buttons
Okay,
and it
so
tells
this is
you
why I talked about
information.
Watching like food videos until you wouldn't put in the
Oh
effort.
my
It's
god.
your grandma watching the yard and ending when it gets too crass for her.
Yeah,
I don't
try to
like
make
that.
a YouTube video out of this.
We should try to aim for an episode where we don't
The Christian episode.
scare off
Our
both
our,
Aiden's
our
grandma.
Jerry Seinfeld
Over under
episode, if you
Slime's
will.
raunchy asshole fart.
We record in a Catholic church and we don't swear the entire episode and we don't talk about anything that's a sin.
That's a great idea.
I like the idea of
The whole yard.
limitations breed ingenuity, and then we'll breed. Each
And
other.
then we'll breed each other. We can't say that. We get them all out.
sucking each other in the Catholic church. She left.
Dude,
Now say
I
what
feel
you're
like
gonna say.
Ludwig without the crudeness is
That's
like
in line.
Brian Regan.
Oh, it's the Moosin! It's the Moosin! Why do you call it oxen? What is the Moosin?
Am I that crass?
To be fair, I love that bit. I love that bit.
my like 8th grade teacher showed
No
us that
trash
bit.
can?
That's just about
My
grammar.
9th grade teacher showed me that
Teachers
bit.
love Brian Regan.
I'm
Yeah.
just Dane Cook doing the atheist.
I just
bit.
love that he's clean.
Yeah.
I just love that like my
8
clean look.
comedy.
Would you ever do
240.
stand up? Would you
Okay.
ever give it a shot?
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did give it a
I
shot.
mean,
I
like
would
a
do stand-up
more
again.
like a shot, I guess, who you are now. Because we went and saw
Okay.
Mike's stand-up show. Me
Yeah.
and Aiden did.
It was really
EA.
about their stand-up
Because I
show.
So
never
this
seen Mike
one
do stand-up. He was grinding it for like
and B240
2 years or
was the-
something. And I was like, this rules.
How do I get that?
Mike's funny. Like people are enjoying themselves. I was like, you know what?
It's
He was
tight.
a nice crowd.
I wouldn't do it with what I'm currently doing because I don't think
You're
I
too
would be
busy.
putting full effort in.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind doing it again. It's pretty fun.
If YouTube gave you $100 million to do stand-up for 2 years,
Or dinner
Yeah.
with FaZe Banks.
Oh. Is
Take the
Patricia
dinner,
there?
bro.
Can Patricia come?
She has too much value. She
Ah.
can't come. Banks is gonna teach you everything you need to know to get to her place and beat her.
That's
out.
okay.
And
Now
beat her?
Call
Okay.
me sold. What were you saying about
I'm
your
sorry,
grandma?
Granny. I'm
What were you
sorry.
saying about, what did you call her Granny? You don't call her Mima?
I call her Granny. I have a different name for
Aw.
each grandparent.
Wait, roll
I
me through.
do.
At a certain
All of
point,
the-
Yeah,
all
you
of
got
the-
Granny.
Yeah, all the
Break
Bang
glass
bosses.
Okay,
protection.
Grandpa,
those are the
Papa-
vanilla strains.
Yeah.
Papa, Granny, Nanny, Granddad.
Those
Wait,
are
what do you have
kind.
six?
I'm smoking granddad right now.
Backup for...
Wait. Are you guys missing that he had 6?
You have 6 grandparents. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
'cause
you're
my-
your
my
biological
parents
I don't
got
know what that
remarried,
means. Okay.
Oh. he has a dead mom.
Yeah.
Battery.
Dead parents game.
So
Put it
6.
here.
I have 6
They're all
grandparents.
alive?
That's kind of like
No,
Squid Game.
one of them is passed
having
away.
all those grandparents. It's like
I was gonna
kinda
say,
like
that's crazy.
Squid Game.
Yeah, all of your
Okay, don't know what
grandparents
the
are
fuck that
Squid Game.
I
means.
called my grandpa today because it's his birthday. I call him Abuelo.
Oh, Wello?
Oh, he's
Yeah.
the one that
Ben?
says you the
cute.
Poblarones.
But on it,
really?
yeah. Yeah,
was
he was
that?
like, your French is actually pretty good. And I was like, appreciate it, G.
Who said it the other day?
X
It was
plus
Stan
Y
who was here. He was like,
equals...
I can't tell if Ludwig's French is like fake or not. And I'm
Ah.
like, he just speaks French. I don't understand.
It's like, it's fraudulent in the sense that it's like a talking to a 7-year-old.
Okay, Mr. What?
USB, USB, USB.
I have another fart, but I'm not gonna let it go.
Wow.
Because it was so
You're
disruptive last time.
so big for that.
It's the same thing I did earlier, where I saved
by
the
the way,
kids.
okay, the only reason I brought up my grandma was because she was identifying. I brought you up in conversation, and she was like trying to parse
Fun.
like which roommate was which roommate. Yeah, and I said Anthony, and she's like, which one is Anthony again? Is he
Backup system.
is he the one with no hair?
that
that was her go.
We'll give her that impression.
Yeah, I do kind of. I am a beacon.
That's funny.
For this type.
I just talked to my mother about the podcast. She actually brought it up on her own, and she specifically brought it up. She was like, Anthony on the show, and I was like, yeah. And she's like, sometimes like when he's talking, like I just get him.
Yeah, which is so.
And I was like, don't say that.
Mm.
She's like, sometimes he just like when he's going
We're
off
same.
on like a thing,
We're
Yes,
same.
I just like
sir.
I'm like that's how I feel.
He
Yes,
takes that to the
sir.
bank.
And I was like,
Takes it to the
oh
bank.
no.
I access audiences that you all would never.
You are just saying in different words, you are old.
I am saying that my
But here?
value is crazy
Based
big
off your
Timeless.
age.
here.
My
Yeah.
value's timeless.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. Do you not want to grow, Ludwig? Do you not want bread?
He actually
that's
does.
how we get bread. Is by
I got more time on this one.
being
I'm
like,
still
oh,
not gonna
I don't
do
like
it.
We need more 50-ish women in the audience.
And then I'd bring them back to reality. They're on Facebook. They're posting emojis like fucking Gootex, being all weird. I bring them back. I'm like,
making
hey,
making those
two
weird
roads.
making those weird text image posts that all boomers make.
and-
2021 Robert Frost is either QAnon or Slimeonder.
That's right. Two
Okay,
roads
so I need
diverge in a wood.
USBs.
And nothing gold
And
can
one was busy on
I got
characteristics.
this.
brief candle.
The other
If I
loves
didn't know the
Minecraft.
alphabet,
But that's the thing. I bring them back, right? That's my job. I will bring back your racist mom
Not racist.
back from being racist,
Oh,
and I will
oh,
make
X.
her
Probably out
a
now.
lovely
She's
person.
gotta be out
X
now.
plus Y. Okay.
No longer a
Jesus.
Slimeman.
F.
No, she would have laughed at that. Unfortunately, she would have found that funny.
Wait.
Stamp of approval.
Do you got a tattoo update for us?
Yes. So
Ooh.
all the
Received the
tattoos have
bracket.
been
Wait.
select. Oh,
Can we save it? I think we're just about 90.
we had 90.
Zip. I think we're about.
He just groaned.
He groaned. We're
He
not
groaned.
close then.
I
Let's
don't
keep
think
we're
going.
not close.
I have
We
a
are-
good
think we're
clickbait.
directly there.
You have a clickbait?
I have a good clickbait.
No.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. So let's just go for it.
Okay.
What's
Okay,
the
so we need
tattoo
a
up here?
backup for
So-
The
that.
Patreon.
We have all of them selected. I have given all
For
of the images to Aiden, and Aiden is currently
EA7C.
seated. And
Yep.
once it is seated, I have already planned out how exactly we're going to do this. We're going to go live in the Discord of the Patreon with a stage, so everyone can see our screen, and we have a bracket that people will vote in. And then once we're in grands, we'll run a marble
That
table,
doesn't
and we'll
help.
randomly choose the very last one.
This all happened in like one day.
All gonna happen one day.
Okay. So we'll announce what like time and when, so you can kind of be there or be
Yeah.
Are
square.
we gonna do a live stream?
It's
in
like
the
a
Discord, in the
Discord live
Discord.
stream. So it's like
This is
very,
the best way to assure that no one can like inflate
Oh, so it's
the.
Patreon only.
It's Patreon
Right.
only.
So it's
Right.
like very exclusive.
Right.
Exclusive.
But
exclusive,
Aiden,
yeah.
have you started season yet? How's it
No.
going?
No, I made my
What
account.
what did you do in general?
I got all of this material last night.
He did say I could do it tonight. Last night.
I did say that,
did
but then
do
we
it.
hung out with our friend.
It's
who we
true.
haven't seen
Cap?
in
Good excuse.
2 years.
No, it's a bad excuse. So you capped?
You did cap.
I did cap.
Whoa!
Put it on the
Your
record.
Honor.
Hey,
Not
stenographer,
intentionally.
put it on the record.
Not
Bailiff,
intentionally.
arrest
I do.
yourself.
Dude, we've been watching videos about
Oh,
stenography.
dude, it's so sick.
Yeah, we were talking about
You
how to
guys-
type
do
really
you guys
fast.
know about stenography
Do you guys?
YouTube?
Do you,
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
also know that Siglemic?
That's why I know about
Yeah,
stenography is because
Siglemic
he quit Mario.
Melee.
Mario.
No, Melee. Because he
Yeah,
he had
Melee
kind of
too.
quit Mario already.
Oh.
Siglemic got really into Melee. That's actually how I met
I don't know
Siglemic.
who
Was
that
he
is.
was involved in like the Washington and Oregon Melee scenes. He attended a ton of tournaments for like a long time. I have driven Siglemic to a tournament.
Pog.
And after he quit Melee, apparently he got really into learning stenography. Like I would find
He
this
used
out.
to stream it a lot.
It's
Yeah.
so- they're like 300 words per minute. Go, and they're like,
And for those
Yeah.
who aren't familiar, because now at this point it's been a lot of years. I feel like Siglemic was probably the dude who popularized speedrunning Super Mario 64 in a lot
He
of
was
ways.
the best for a bit.
He was probably because he was the best for a bit, and he was the person who made it like I would
was
say
hype.
super
Does that work?
relevant
Yeah,
on
it was
Twitch.
like because not a lot of people streamed even, and streaming itself was a novelty, and he's just like going insane on SMC short.
This was the Siglemic
I'm just
now
gonna-
Narcissa days.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just gonna force it
2013.
because I don't know. I don't know. I'm dumb.
This is like Wind Waker
Wait,
runs.
we got this
doing the
too.
Super Swim. I would fall asleep though. Man,
I remember there was
Stuck
a,
in a loop,
I would
virus
watch
moves
Narcissa
swiftly
and
from
Siglemic
one
play
to another
Melee.
until they
Which-
shut down.
yeah.
Narcissa, I think second person I
A
subbed
B
to.
C D E
Wow.
F.
Really?
Behind
OG.
Retro Gaijin.
wow.
One of my
Gaijin was the
favorite
first
videos.
person?
One of my favorite videos was her video where she
Oh, that
finally
worked.
set
What the
like I
fuck?
think it's like the 1810.
Sorry,
in
sugar.
Ocarina,
Yeah,
and she
OG is
narrates and
dead.
explains the run in like a really well edited, well paced piece, and that's like
Oh,
one
wait,
of my
is that the
favorite gaming videos I've
AGDQ?
ever watched.
The AGDQ one.
No,
There
no, it
was
at
one
home.
where she is like years and years ago, and she's explaining the like some sort of ending run, narrating the run while it's going on, and like
Yeah, it's AGDQ.
an old AGDQ with like
Oh.
YSG in the back and shit.
This
Yeah.
is
It was
actually
a really good video.
in a similar topic. There, her video explaining the competitive concepts and like tech in Melee is also one of the videos. Like when you got into it in like 2013, her video explaining and breaking down Melee movement and tech is a huge introduction video for a bunch of people.
She was a Zelda crew battle master.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Wait,
dog?
but this should be just.
Right, there's a
Line.
giant picture of a big crew battle.
Yeah.
That's
He's, like,
not
there.
any of these.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it
So
could be.
I was tasked to do the clickbait at the end here, and I'll tell you, it's a good one because it's about my weird dad and something he did in 1992
I
that
love the
you
stories
guys
of
might find
Slime's
really,
dad.
really funny. But you can only find out if you watch the bonus episode, and it has to do with his body.
I'll also tell you how much I made on YouTube.
Damn, I want to get the Patreon again.
Fucking do that, man. It's weird. It's odd. It's odd behavior.
Are these the Australian Smasher friends? Okay, well this one
You know what I was
goes
thinking?
here.
I was like, you know what? We can't. We're kind of in a weird spot. We can't talk good shit anymore
why's that?
because Ludwig's too connected.
No, that's fine.
Every
we can talk
time,
good shit.
if we want to talk about how the Betez sisters literally endorse slavery, he has to go and he has to go before the Senate and he has to say, "Hey guys, look, it's like a thing," and he has to like break bread.
So
and
he has
make
to
sure
go and be like,
everything's
all right,
cool."
so I know it's confusing. The horse moves in an L shape. And so they figured this out a while ago. I know.
we're a
One
li-
USB.
We are Ludwig's
I like how
liability.
you are jumping because you basically made a monologue on Saikuno after never having watched him to now we can't
Dude,
disparage
Slime,
slavery.
Slime comes on the
That's-
show and he goes,
We
yo,
can't talk
shit
I
on
want to talk
slavery?
about Saikuno diaper
is-
play.
this is
and
the
then next
beginning-
week he's like, we all fucked up, huh?
This is the
We can't do
beginning
that
of his
shit no
Rogan
more.
art. This is the
No,
beginning
it's
of his
not.
Rogan art.
No, it's not.
Dude, white men, they just don't have a space on the internet anymore. and then Netflix comes and hands them the check.
Dude, do you remember when Ethan Klein did like BuzzFeed doesn't care about white people video? And I
Yeah.
was like, damn, this has gone a long way from
Huh.
Pepsi Max. Like, what happened?
It's not
just a
Vape
word.
Nation anymore.
Yeah, dude. Anyway, yeah, I was thinking about that a lot. It's like Ludwig has to
Let me take this
constantly
glass off.
go to these people and be like, hey, what your roommate said that like we're war criminals, and he's got to be like, you know, own the
You
game.
know what I think would be really nice that we did? If we all
Okay,
said
not
sorry
gonna
to
be
Austin
this one in
for
time either.
Had his feelings hurt by
Austin had
slime.
his feelings
Yeah.
hurt. I was about that. I felt bad.
Dude, you forget, like, it's funny because on one side you're like, damn, we are humans. Treat us like humans. And then when I have influencer friends, you're like, fucking chill.
All right.
Fucking robot creep.
Actually
fucking
created
chill.
in a
Austin,
lab.
Austin, I have nothing to apologize
The
for.
content machine
I
is
asked,
empty.
I asked
He's
if
not
you had a
talking about
unique
you.
interest.
It's really only Anthony, but I
Yeah.
thought we could do it from all of us because it would be
I'm not
funnier
saying
on
it.
camera.
I wanted to know if
Yo,
he liked.
well, now
I
you're
liked
being a jerk by not
a
apologizing.
YouTube channel that I liked.
We'll let him know that you didn't want to
You
apologize.
turned it into a
'cause you-
D's nuts joke.
Yeah, but it was really.
It was really fun.
There
Everyone
we
That was
here
Cat.
is just gaslighting my poor man, Eamon.
go.
I don't believe in gaslighting.
Take it off.
Hey, say
Oh.
it to Austin.
Yeah, no, I actually I would like to say.
Okay.
So Austin has I've been
Okay.
I've been kind of mean to that guy.
Yeah.
For a while. And
Perspective. Perspective.
What's so funny?
That was so
That
funny.
sentence works with like 90%
Seven,
of
No,
four.
it doesn't. No,
Clip.
it doesn't.
You
But the
clip
thing
on
is,
the-
here's why I felt slighted.
5074.
I'm going to. I'm gonna. Sorry, go ahead. Get your bit in.
He's like, I think I have unfairly yelled at Aiden this time.
I would never say that. I would
It's
never-
like,
I
it's
would
like him
never.
saying that.
I would never
X.
say that. You catch me
X is
dead before I would say that word.
50.
Those words.
You know, I think I said something a little too quick this time.
Never.
I'd like to take it back.
Perhaps I should have absorbed material before coming to
Maybe
a conclusion.
X.
I am going to explain my perspective, which does not justify nor excuse
Wait,
nor validate it.
7450.
Hey,
Okay.
welcome back to the yard, everybody.
Hey, welcome to the world's
No,
longest intro.
Basically, so I went on the Betez Austin date show. What is it called now?
I think
Austin
it's
Show.
just called the Austin Show. Actually, I don't know.
Right?
It was the Raj Schiller. I don't know what he
Yeah,
calls
I
it
didn't want to
nowadays.
say that.
The Austin Schiller.
I mean, you can still call it the Raj Schiller. that's
The,
what it
the
was.
Austin Schiller. now you're in on the joke. That's funny. Aiden.
So I went on that,
I'm sorry.
and so I have
Well,
I
this
have
should
a prejudice
connect to
against
that.
the idea of like live stream content and like daily popcorn YouTube content, and oddly enough, like many of the tentacles that Ludwig touches,
Hmm.
right, like all the time,
You have
and I always have, right?
You also live stream too.
Yeah, but well, no, wait. When I say live stream
We both
content,
smoked.
I mean like that sort of like spoon-fed reality TV like live stream scene
System.
if that makes sense. Which I don't think is a crazy concept, and I'm just initially always against it. I always have been. It's always kind of struck me as weird, which is, not that's my thing.
Mhm.
Anyway, so I go on that show. I make it in the fucking gladiatorial arena of like all these unfunny people. End up top 3, Fed, Jay Schlatt, me.
3 people with great reputations
Yeah.
on the internet.
One
Just
guy
fucking spotless records.
known as being the best racist and has not streamed in 2 years. The other terrible ousting from OTV, now ripped and has a dog.
And then a hair criminal.
What's a hair
No,
criminal?
you're bald. I don't know. There's a funnier way to say
Oh,
that.
okay, yeah. So and so basically, I was like, in this scene, like a nobody, and I just was like, made enough B-level jokes to get to the final 3, and then I got cut because I wasn't, popular, and it was funny. And then I remember after Austin had said something like, "This guy is next up. He is so funny. He's next up," and I was wrongfully offended because I was like, "You should already know that I'm fucking."
that is so fucking funny.
Yeah, because I was
On
like,
so many levels, I actually don't know. Do we have time to break all that down?
Austin should have been watching
Doritos,
Yeah.
hit the instant replay.
Bad
I want-
Melee.
The
That's right.
vanity
Smash
required
YouTube.
for him to like, you should have been watching Smash Summit.
it also it made me feel like, well, of course this guy, because I also have this self-deprecating element where I'm like, I'm not that funny. You just don't know what funny is, right? And so I'll think about it from that lens a lot. And so all these elements come together. It's like he's a guy who hosts like ultimately reality shows on Twitch. It's like I already have this idea of this person, and I'm like, that guy sucks. And then he's like, bro, you're next up, and I'm just like, all right. And that is where it all started. And then ever since, I've called him a shill. I've just called him a shill.
For complimenting you.
VR
You
right.
mean to like
headset
the
lock.
only successful gay streamer?
That's not true.
Hey,
That's
hey,
not-
don't take that away from Prezzo. Prezzo's,
Yeah.
Prezzo's putting fucking work in. You
Prezzo's
see-
putting up numbers. He's hitting the
Fuck, what's his name?
you
backboard.
see
on
that
that.
clip where
Sisters.
Prezzo
He's a
made a
streamer now.
girl version of himself
he
and then
was
dragged it
for
as
a
a
bit.
JPEG
Oh
and,
my
and
God, it's
blew
so
himself
funny.
and then spit water all over himself?
Yeah.
Man,
That's art. That's
That
performance
was
art.
funny.
Bretman.
you gotta scroll real far and just try.
Although
to
I
find
guess
that
they're
guy.
probably
yeah, but
like
that's not the point.
YouTubers
And
or
that's
something.
the difference. That's why it still makes me mad.
Finger
Ludwig
Monster
doesn't care.
content. I
He
just
doesn't
know
go to
about it from Among
Universal
Us.
with you unless you're fucking big dog, brother. And I'm like, I'll
If
never
you
be like
asked
that.
him to go to Universal, I bet he would. And you would never.
Yeah. I also asked him lightly if he wanted to go to a basketball game tomorrow, and he said no. So it's not. It's a
No,
moot
I'm
point.
not talking about going with me. I'm just talking about Ludwig is now in an environment where it's like your time has to be spent so carefully and valuably that being among the streets is just like not reasonable, and that's okay.
You know what I realized about Ludwig today? While I was driving, I was thinking about this. Is so Ludwig went rock climbing. I think it was like yesterday, and he comes home. He's like, I went rock climbing. And I'm like, sick invite. What the fuck was that? He's like, I just assume like until you quit your job that you're just always busy. And I was like, okay. And then literally, like the next day, he's like, or the same night actually, he's like, hey, so you want to record the pod early tomorrow? And I'm like, no, I work all day. And he's like he doesn't expect me to be busy when he wants to do the podcast early. But when I want to do something, he just doesn't invite me because I'm fucking busy. It's really convenient how that shit works, you moron.
I've invited you to a lot of climbing sessions.
It's so funny because you have asked him the same podcast question as if it's the first time. At least
Every Monday.
10 times.
Every Monday.
At least 10 times.
And
Like,
I was actually
hey, you guys-
fine with being
you wanna
asked every time
you
because
wanna do pod early?
sometimes I work from home.
Yeah.
So like I was okay being asked to go out until I realized.
Ah.
Until I realized that it is entirely self-serving.
I asked
Because
him for
he
a
just
lot of
assumes
climbing
shit
sessions.
based on his schedule.
I feel like
Hey.
we are ignoring the fact that I ask him to more climbing sessions than he asks me.
Hey, lay off Ludwig.
I don't go with that.
He's Ludwig. He's busy.
Hey, then you ain't been climbing enough.
I'm with you.
It was miserable, by the way.
Climb
I
it?
don't know. Yeah.
These are
Wait, why was climbing
hard.
Do you
comes-
not like
he
doing it by
comes home,
yourself?
he says to me, he goes,
Left.
dude, I was a fucking zoo animal.
What is
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, you were like a
What?
lemur in the zoo.
I'm AirPods in. I'm wearing a
Oh,
Sussy
button,
Among Us
okay.
shirt, and then a Hess Championship, which is like a chest sweatshirt over it.
Okay,
like
X
super
plus Y.
Cringe merch, and love Hess though.
Y.
And
X.
I'm like AirPods in, listening to like a podcast, like just
AB.
busting up some walls, and like I was just walking through, and it's like this is the face,
Oh, and then, but they don't
Wait.
say anything?
but they don't say anything, and they're just kind of
3,
gawking at me.
5. Are they
Uh-oh.
different?
And then the problem is
No,
every
3,
conversation is
5.
like, dude, you look exactly like Ludwig.
Were they fucking
What?
with you?
And I was like, yeah, I am. They're like, dude, what?
Okay,
No
sugar,
way.
I'm
And
sorry.
you know, I knew every single
my legs are
person
getting
there
tired.
was not like a
Oh.
real Ludwig fan in the sense that like they knew who I
They're
was.
a streamer fan.
They've consumed
And
content.
they know you.
They didn't show their tattoo. Of
They're not. I wouldn't even go that far. They're more
Stuck
like
guy.
a YouTube Among Us fan in 2020
see,
is what
I
it felt
see.
like. And so it was like, like I don't think any of them knew I was on YouTube or like what I was doing these days. But I was just like, hey, you are somewhat. Yeah, I've seen you on the screen before, and I was watching it, and like I was kind of feeling like a bit of a schmuck. Hadn't showered. I was gonna shower. after
Y
climbing.
is 74.
And then after I climbed, they just kind of hang out, and they were all good climbers. That was a problem too.
Dude, this is exactly the problem that like women face every day.
X
Like
is
getting approached in the
50.
gym and like people
Yeah, and like oh, I gotta kind of be on
Yeah,
all the
Okay,
time.
so
and then
it's
they
not
come up and they'd be
50,
like,
good when
they'd be
I
like,
leave the
oh
house.
shit, you
74.
need help with your deadlift?
So it's
more?"
actually
This is
adding
crazy.
them.
And I'm like,
Dude,
bro, I'm alright. Like I'm just kind of working on my deadlift.
It's like that when you completely remove the power dynamic, which makes it so much easier
124?
for Ludwig
that's
Yeah.
true.
to navigate.
Yeah, I guess if he's like, hey, no, I'm good. I kind of just want to be left alone. They won't be like, hey, bitch.
They
Yeah.
won't think
Oh,
that.
Well, I thought
They
you
won't
were
say it.
ugly.
You were
the whole
ugly
time.
Yeah.
anyway.
Dude, this is blowing my mind. You
A
are
guy,
just
stop me.
We're
This is-
living
and
all
instead
ways.
Of, instead of having sex with Ludwig, they want to be in one of his YouTube videos about climbing.
But some people were cool too. They were like trying to get me to do this wall, and I was like trying it. And I was like, I'm not good enough. They were like V6 climbers.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, what do you want from me?
This is actually is the added risk of going alone, right? Because you don't have the force field of a social interaction with one of your closer
I
friends.
think I will. I don't want to go without my Nick blanket
Well,
again.
now you need
Let's
him.
go.
Now you
I
have
You
to
know what we
call
should
him
do?
up.
Next time someone comes up, it's like climb that V6 right now or no picture.
Ooh,
What if you do a picture?
One try.
And then they go over, they spend all
Mm.
day on it, and we're like fucking
you use
chilling.
terminology. Flash it for me.
Flash it. Ooh.
Oh, dude.
Yo, you want to climb tomorrow morning?
No, I can't.
He's at work.
It's Smash
It's
Summit.
stuck
It's
in a
Smash
loop.
Summit. Ludwig.
Virus
busiest week.
moves
And this week is
swiftly
Smash Summit, and it's
from
gonna be a
one
great
to
one.
another until they all
So
shut down.
in a similar topic, I went to Sweden. It's not and there was a concert. I went to
Are
the
they- aren't they all
Rolling
doing
concert,
that?
We're in line, waiting to get in, and there was this guy who kind of did this double take in front of me, and we're with one of the people I'm at the concert with is Leffen, and Leffen, you know, here for Smash Summit, famous Smash player.
Actually, just
often-
FAB.
Ever since I've met Leffen, like for the first time we
Okay,
hung out,
well,
like he
let's
gets
just-
recognized literally all the time. And this guy does a double take at our group, and he looks behind at me, and he's like, "Are you Eamon?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I was just
Ah.
listening."
The
to,
he
like,
goes, the Fox player?
and he was like, "I was just listening to."
Bro, your
Uh,
shit's an inspiration.
I was just listening to the latest episode today, like the latest episode of The Yard. And I was like, "Fuck yeah! Like, nice to meet you." His name was.
Fuck yeah, bro. Come here, bro. Fuck
Come
yeah,
here.
get in
Fucking
here,
look
dude.
it out.
Stuck in
Yes.
a loop. Virus
And it-
moves
I asked her
swiftly
name.
from
Arm
one to
wrestling.
another
And
until
we were
they
talking,
all
he's
shut
like, "Why are
down.
you here?" And I was just saying, "Oh yeah, I'm visiting them, like visiting friends." And
So this is
I was like,
fine.
"We're here
Then
with,
it just
Leffen, 'cause
goes
Leffen had like fallen
black.
behind. He hadn't like checked in through the gate yet. Where if you know who Leffen is
the
too,
other
and he's
ones
like,
will like this
"I'm
goes to
not,
a
I think
red,
I've heard the name. Like,
No.
there's
Then
this
they all
really
turn
funny
off,
situation where
and
me
then they just
and
come
all
back.
of our friends that have all like been with Leffen for so long, who's always been so much more famous
Maybe it's
than everybody,
ADE.
and it was like finally a moment. It's like this guy doesn't even know who he is.
Yeah.
And I got recognized first, which was super funny.
Which is the
That's
inversion
crazy,
of,
getting
Leffen being
recognized
the
over
popular person at
Leffen.
Young Lean concert.
Yeah,
guess
who has more followers?
competitive
who
Melee's
has
not
more
crazy
followers on
big.
Twitter than Young Lean does,
Damn.
Yeah.
which is also
But-
funny.
That's insane to me.
So this is
Come
after
on,
the
it's
concert,
like
and
one of
you
the top
had
5
talked
in the
about this
world
later,
all
And
time.
the reason why I wanted to bring it up is I think he must have been super drunk or something, because he was like incessantly replying to Leffen on Twitter, trying to get a message from me, and then you said he had been messaging you
Yeah, he messaged me
as
so
well.
much.
Yeah.
I was so annoyed.
And I just hadn't looked at my phone in a while, and I checked
oh,
it.
imagine
I
that.
just-
Yeah, imagine.
oh
'cause
my
I
God, you can do-
usually I'm checking it a
Oh,
lot.
oh god.
And I replied to him. I'm like, "Yo, what's up?" Because he was just trying to like see what's up after the concert. And he's like, "Yeah, we're going out. You know, if you want to come out." I'm like, "No,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
dude. Like, we're
No, I
we
know
already
that.
have something planned,
I
and
know
I'm probably
that.
gonna go to bed. Like,
It doesn't
pretty
make
early."
sense.
fan
Give me
of
the
it.
next one.
this
Maybe
is
the
the
next
fan.
one will tell me
This
how
is the
that they
fan.
work together.
And then he's like, "Okay, yeah, no problem. Let me know if you want any coke." And then it all comes together. I'm like, this guy is probably just coked out of his fucking
That's
mind.
tight.
And that's why he's sending like 20
Dude, that's
messages a second.
tight. It's cool that you can go to another country and get offered coke for
Yeah,
this podcast.
yeah. So that's
Yeah.
before
I feel like
Leffen.
that's
the
normal
important thing.
for
It's not about getting the offer for
semi-famous
coke.
famous
It's
people.
about that Leffen didn't get
You
it.
tell Leffen, he's like, dude, I used to get offered coke so much.
Yeah.
COVID
they
really
just
ruined
know
my
I
coke.
don't want it, so whatever.
Yeah, but
That's
it just
Wow.
all like fused together. It was like, cause he messaged me like once, like normally the next day, and I'm like, okay, so he was just in coke mode, presumably.
That's
Yeah,
Makes
Aatrox
sense.
wet
so
dream.
annoying. What, to be offered drugs?
No,
Schedule 2?
I am Leffen, and then Aatrox is Eamon.
This happened. This exact thing happened.
Wait,
Kind of.
It was kind of. You're talking about the climbing, and
At
he was like,
climbing?
hey, I'm a fan of the yard, and then he went to Aatrox.
He went to A-Truck first.
Yeah.
Logan and A-Truck were like next to each other, and he
Huh.
introduced A-Truck. I'm a big fan of your streams.
Can I beef real quick with Atriot?
He always
Yeah.
got beef with
Oh yeah,
Aatrox.
man, it's a podcast. You might as well.
By the way, I never got to apologize. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
no.
Austin. Yeah.
Yeah. Say it to the camera. Don't say it to me.
Well, I'm
You
just
say it to
saying
him.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny. It got blown over, and then I was like, oh,
I think
nice.
the
X
amount
plus
you know about
Y
planes
equals
is cool.
3.
Yeah, we all agree on that.
To cap it off, after all
What?
that happened, I went and I started
just
watching
telling me
his,
one
Uno
number?
streams, just raw, and I'm like, this is nice. I get it. Yeah, he's a very calming voice. when you listen to
Incredibly
it.
inoffensive.
But you were the
ASMR.
one. You were the one that said all that fucked up shit. So anyway,
Wait,
Yeah.
I actually have a beef. Can I air a beef with him?
with who?
I'll take it off with Austin.
Oh yeah,
I'll air my beef really quick.
yeah. Please, the airing of
You got beef?
grievances.
No, this is great. This is a great way
Well,
to
dude, Ludwig,
cap an
every
apology.
time this
Yeah.
happens, Ludwig's like, oh, I gotta fucking. We are a liability for Ludwig, and part of that makes me happy, but also part of
Yeah.
it, because I'm Ludwig pilled now, makes me sad.
I just like the idea of him stressing and feeling emotion at my hand.
You guys are all bad humans. Continue.
Okay, so
Again, roped into this.
so the night that we met him in Texas, he was talking to Aiden, and it was like I couldn't even. It's like how a movie describes two best friends meeting each other for the first time. Like they were like so happy and talking to each other and like getting into stuff and like I was like, wow, they're really hitting it off. They're really
Wait.
like having a good
They
conversation.
all shut down.
And then,
Okay, wait.
He like kind of turns and like Aiden walks away to do something else, and he like makes eye contact with me, and he goes, I'm not exaggerating. He goes, you with like the whole Ludwig thing, and I was like,
See?
I was like, Yeah. He goes,
Beef's back.
and then
on.
just turns
F.
away. And I was like, what the fuck?
E.
I'm like, what do I gotta do? What? I gotta look like that? That's all I gotta
No,
do?
you know what you
Like,
gotta do?
Ugh.
Catch third in a Rochler.
You gotta be,
Wait, he didn't do that shit.
You gotta be charming and tall like Eamon.
or you be cute.
It was
Give it
crazy.
to me!
Be charming and cute and tall like Eamon.
I'll work on it.
Bro.
That is a bad omen.
The grill.
The grill disagrees
The
with what
ghost-
you said.
The ghost of Austin just fucking moved the grill.
Yes.
One sec, I get water. Play. Let me. Once I finish streaming, we'll play. We'll play. I promise you, sugar. A little baby kitty.
So my beef's hot.
Okay, well my beef's gone, but you know,
Maybe we put it back?
Nah.
dude. Okay, so Aatrock was here this last weekend, and
He was here for like a week,
He
basically.
was here for like a really long time. He was supposed to come for
He was here
Smolens
for
thing.
5 days.
It was Smolens thing, right?
He was here for Point Crow's thing.
Point Crow. I mixed them up.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
It's another
They
bad
have,
trait.
like,
No,
the same
they have
type of-
they have similar profile
They have
pictures.
similar profile
September
pictures. That's why I
24th.
mixed them up. So
It
thank you.
is equivalent to Austin saying to Nick, "Are you part of the Ludwig thing?"
No, it is
No,
not.
it's
No, not at all.
If you
No.
guys
Not at
don't
all.
understand
No,
that
it's their
Point Crow-
profile pictures. They're
Point Crow
similar.
consistently lives in Smallland's shadow, and a lot of people give him grief for it.
I
I'm just
didn't
letting you
even-
know how
I
it is.
didn't even know they were
They
related.
just,
I
have,
am
they
just-
just have similar profile
I'm
pictures.
just letting you know how it
But
is
that's
from
good
Point Crow's
context.
perspective.
Yeah, that's good.
This is
You,
not a
hey, you guys
party
can tell him how
in
they
Hey,
feel about it.
from his perspective, you're right.
All right.
The same
Point Crow,
thing.
you
Point Crow-
shouldn't feel bad about
Point
this.
Crow, I'm writing.
It's so
I'm
bad.
writing our apology for next week right now.
You shouldn't
I'll do
feel
it right
bad.
after the show.
Plus, you're white.
And I see.
How is there a 3?
Maybe Cuban.
How is there a 3 when it's 50 and
So, okay,
74?
dude,
What the
Aatrock is
fuck
staying
does
with
that
us, and he'll just
mean?
hang out in Ludwig's, where Ludwig
How is
comes
that a
to sit,
hint?
in our office.
I'm so
play, like, Ace
confused.
Vampires. And he was here for a while, and it's actually really fun having him around. He's very bouncy,
Yeah.
and he always jokes with you, and he's always in a good mood. And I'm like,
That's
you
literally
know
just
what?
telling
This
you where
is
to
a fun
stand.
guy.
That makes sense.
I'm like, I like this. And so I decided to open my heart to Aatrock. You were there, and he
Oh yeah.
he's like about to leave the Doritos Locos
He's
Tacos.
literally, I'm gonna go shower.
Yeah,
And he's
I-
salty from a video game.
And I was like, hey, before you do, I wanted to tell you something. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I just wanted to say that you've been hanging out a lot here, and it makes me really happy, and I've been really enjoying your company. It's been pretty cool, man. I really enjoy having you around. And he's like, what the fuck, what? And he thought I was joking with him or something. I was like, is it like a bit or something? And I'm like, no, I'm legit telling you that it makes me feel good. And he's like, I'm just gonna go shower. And he just leaves.
He was so rattled because this is off the
It's
back
crazy.
of him losing an Age of Empires match that he was super salty
He gets
about.
really mad.
That you were fucking with him during.
No, I fucked with him. I fucked with him on one, and I took that funny video.
Yeah.
And then it was another
Oh,
one.
this
that
is a
he
different
played.
game.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
It was a different one
But
that he played.
he was out of whack because of the
CFE.
loss, and he just couldn't compute Slime's nice sentiment after being bombarded with bits.
And Nick
for
was like,
so
he was
long.
like, wait, no, you don't go anywhere. He's trying to spill his heart out to you.
Yeah, I stopped
Fuck,
him.
my brain doesn't work
I said,
that
You
well.
don't leave the room until he's done.
And then he
Because he doesn't do this
and
very
then he
often.
wasn't having it. But the thing
What?
is, we didn't know he was mad at a video game. Because the next time he came down, I chastised him where I was like, fuck you, man. I'll try to fucking open my heart. I was fucking kidding. You try to open my heart, you just won't let me, bro. You won't let me in. He's like, oh, I was just mad at a video game. And I was like, Oh, you bitch.
I could spill some dirty tea on him right now.
Wait,
Wait, you have to.
Wait,
now
I
that you
have
said
to.
that.
You're gonna
I know
spill
what it is.
dirty
I was gonna
tea
say it.
Now,
on Brando?
I actually can't, so Eamon, I'll let you take over. I
Oh,
promise.
no, no,
I
no,
won't.
no, no,
Why
no, no,
can't you?
Well, I promise.
Oh, he
Well,
did
the-
like a,
The audio listeners Slime was
did like
pinching
beg.
his nipples and
He
screaming.
did like beg. for
He
you to
begged
not
me
say it.
not to say it, and I said I wouldn't, and so I won't. But Eamon, if you were
Aiden
there,
can say
That's
it.
fucking crazy.
Hey,
You're
brought,
putting him
you
in
brought
such
it
a
up.
crazy
You brought it up. You have to
position.
say it.
No, he brought it up first.
I'm saying he brought it up, but now it has to be said.
Give me the dirty tea now.
It's time for the
So,
Aiden
wait, okay,
English
let's-
breakfast
I
tea.
think
C.
he'd actually be bad.
Earl
C,
fucking
C,
Grey.
We'll cut it out,
CF,
Zach.
CF, CF,
they'll be fine.
CFE,
so
Gambit?
we're
CFED,
downstairs. We're hanging out outside the office, and Aatrock is at his computer working on a thumbnail.
FE,
And we're talking
DBA,
outside the office, just like joking around. And then I think we need Aatrock
CFEDBA.
for something, so we go into the room.
How does that help me?
Uh,
That's all of them.
Ludwig catches what's going on his screen. What
As
he's
a
doing with the
joke,
thumbnail.
I go to his thumbnail and I say, this will make it better, and I click on his face and I hit the delete button.
And then, so we're at his computer, and
C.
then Ludwig looks again, and he's like, "Wait,
F,
were you moving your hairline forward?"
CFE,
No fucking
D,
Oh,
CFED,
Zipper, bring up the Rip Bozo gift,
BA, CFEDBA. That's what I just typed.
Dude, okay, so
He's like trying to explain himself. He's like, "No,
EDBA.
it's because the angle." It's 'cause the angle my face is at. I need to I just wanted to adjust it. It was just a little bit, and Ludwig and me are
50,000
fucking
people used to live
dying.
here.
And he immediately goes into damage control. He immediately goes into damage control. He's like, "You can't tell anybody. You can't tell me. You can't talk about this on the podcast.
No,
you
it's a
can't talk
ghost
about
town."
the podcast. If you bring it up on the podcast, people are going to give me shit forever." And he's just like babbling about, and the whole time I'm like crying laughing. 'Cause it was so funny. We caught him in the act.
I will defend
what
him
is
now
this?
after dragging him. He basically like just
Who
blows
are
up
they
his face to
talking
be
about?
larger, and then it cuts off his hair because his hair just like kind of sits on the top.
So he brings it down.
So he brings
so
it
it's
down?
not just his bald forehead.
Yeah, because otherwise it would just be his bald forehead, and people would say he looks bald. And I used to all the time remove my acne from thumbnails. I would just do a quick like copy surrounding
Oh.
area,
That's different.
and I would remove my acne all the
So
time.
different.
I told Chad about it openly, but surely none of you guys are gonna go to his chat and bother him, so it's alright.
This is actually Christmas for me.
Why?
I am.
my gift to you, my gift to Slime.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
now you also get slime.
No, no, that's it.
Oh, my
Sugar
heart is
baby.
full.
We should have
Full.
gifts for the Christmas episode that we share with each other.
I'm down.
That's a good
On
idea.
the episode.
Someone
We have to-
suggested in
that's
the
on
Discord.
the-
We have to
a
do
white
it
elephant.
in New Hampshire.
On
Yes.
the wait,
Yeah.
that episode?
That's the Christmas
Yes.
episode. Yeah.
No, are we
What about the
announcing that right now?
7.
We've already said it. Before.
We said it,
Oh.
and
I
I'll,
don't-
and I'll say it again.
Yeah.
We're going to my hometown, my house that I grew up in, actually. Same one.
Can't
and,
get another
and
hint.
My mom still lives there, and we're gonna record the yard there.
Yeah, I'm gonna find the rag he used to bust into and crack it in half like a clipboard.
It wasn't a rag. I would just use my clothes.
Oh.
Oh, that's
I'm
cool.
gonna dip it in guac and see if it stays in one piece when I pull it back out, like a chip.
I want to see how much cheese and veggies I can put on
X
it.
You guys are
plus
talking about
The
Right,
label
he
says it won't
equals
break, but I don't believe
It
it.
Three.
carries a lot of meat.
I called my mom about it today. I told her.
For
She's
the first
excited
time.
about it. Actually, yeah.
After we booked our
Actually,
flights.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are the flights booked?
Wait,
Mine and Anthony's
maybe
are.
I
I didn't
just
book shit.
add
But she did
3
say that
to
Mrs. B, who's
124.
my best friend growing up's mom, has
127.
an extra bedroom for you guys if you want to stay there.
For the 3 of us
Uh huh.
in one bed.
Mrs. B?
Yeah,
That
Mrs.
makes
B.
sense.
You were talking good on Mrs. B.
Mrs. B's great. Yeah, she makes delicious bagel sandwiches.
That's not what
That's
you
what
were
the B's
talking
for.
about
It's for
before.
bagel.
That's
For
what I was
bagel
talking about.
sandwich.
Wait, that's what you were talking about, Mrs. B's
She is Mrs.
delicious
Bagel
bagel
sandwich.
sandwiches.
Yeah, I always bring up her bagel sandwiches.
Hey.
You can go back
I
and
feel
find
like
the
the
tapes.
context was different.
It was her bagel sandwiches.
She sounds great, and
She's
I
great.
would love to
You
do
okay?
that.
I have a question for you.
Ah.
I figured this was intentional, but I was surprised by the number of people that did not notice it.
Wait.
I watched your video. With
It went
the
from
dislike
B to
counter
all of
in it.
them
Uh huh.
dying.
Cool concept. Like it a
Does-
lot.
is A
a lot
not
of
in
other,
Execution, you
a
really
lot of
can't bet.
other people
Airline
think it
looking
was
really
it
high
was
on
great.
the thumbnail.
I listened to the first 2
FEDB.
sentences, and I'm like,
Fuck.
he's biting Tom Scott. This is like
It's-
sentence. This is bar for bar Tom
It was-
Scott.
It's
Well, let me close my
Tribute.
Roman history
Yeah,
video.
yeah, but I was surprised by like nobody made a comment about it at all. Like
Wait,
nobody.
The comments were literally filled
when
with
I
people.
when I checked it.
Aiden scrolled down once.
All right,
and
hold
read
up.
the
Play
first
this for
Wait,
the
I
kids at
I
home.
watched it like
Wait.
30 minutes after you uploaded it.
Video won't be 100% accurate. In fact, it'd be a miracle if it was, and that's because the way YouTube allows you
No,
to think
don't play that. Go to the end.
The end?
Go
Yeah,
to the
the
last
end,
10 seconds. 'Cause
where he's
Eamon
talking
missed
about
this.
Tom
Oh, okay.
Scott.
Oh no.
A little earlier. 10
It's
seconds
literally
Aiden doesn't get the
says
entire
it's
context
from Tom
and
Scott.
what the opinion
used as this
One
video
more.
Oh yeah, I see.
somewhat successful. By the way, before the video ends, I have to give a huge thank you to Tom Scott, who inspired this video with his video. He used as this video. Thank you very much, Tom. And
Yeah, that and what Zipper just showed is Ludwig's video showing Tom Scott's channel and video.
You didn't make it another minute before commenting. You are the commenter that I
I
despise.
didn't
the
comment.
most.
did what
I
I
didn't
did.
comment.
You did what I did.
You literally just commented on
You're
it.
the
Yeah, but
same.
that
We're the
doesn't count.
same. You did what I did. What with Sykkuno, but you did with your friend Ludwig, who you love.
I watched 4 minutes of the video.
No, it
There
is
are
a, it
350
is a 4-minute
It's 3
video.
minute 55 seconds.
Oh,
Just why
you
you
just
keep
keep
lying. You just keep lying.
I watched you explain why dislikes need to be on YouTube.
You
You
ended the video.
left-
I watched you get into the meat of your argument and then exited.
All I'm saying is you left before the thing happened, and I get it. The viewer retention for that video is 55%, so you left about average leave time. But you missed the part where I did specifically shout out Tom Scott.
You're average. You're
I-
average
that-
and with a
We
same.
can cut this. We can cut
I'm
this.
seeing the
No,
loop.
I think it's
No,
fine.
I'm
you wrote
seeing
it on
the
the
loop,
whiteboard.
Good
but
video,
it's
though. It's
not.
the first video to
No,
ever
it
hit
wa-
1 million views in 24 hours.
It's a
ago.
great video.
Wait, really?
It's a great
Your
video.
video.
Yeah.
What the
We
fuck?
did it same day with the why I moved to
What
YouTube
the
once again.
fuck?
And that's why you're respected. You give credit where credit's due.
He's sucking up.
I'll take it.
Also
You're
weird
so
thing.
easy.
He's so easy,
This
bro.
made me go back to the Tom Scott video, which
think I'm just too
surprised
dumb.
is still working.
And depressing.
What is it? I don't know what this
He
is.
basically has a video that says this video has, and it's the amount of views it has, and it's correct, and it's impressively correct. Like every time you refresh it, it's like usually 1 to 1, and it's basically about how this code that he put in to do this will break, like the mountain that he's standing in front of will fall down, like the entire Earth will go away.
It's a really good
So
video.
it's a meditation on like the philosophy of like death and entropy.
Yeah, it's basically about entropy, but why you should still create things even though entropy exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Tom
Yeah.
It's
Scott's
not
really
just like
nice.
a cute like, hey, I made a little.
That's
script.
what
Great
mine
video.
is.
No.
His is
You
like
should have done that.
no,
He's
I'm
like,
good.
all things will live and die, and not really significantly matter ever.
I watched that
You-
video
most
because of
people who watch
Ludwig.
my
So that's
videos are
really,
not
it's a really good
surprised.
video.
Yeah, that's
Tom
what I'm
Scott,
doing.
You should,
this
can you start doing that? Can
video
you start,
TikTok
has
time?
in your videos?
X
Yeah,
views.
for TikTok time, start slipping in like dreadful existential ruminations
For
for like a minute.
7 seconds of like all the lights off and your
It's
eyes
A
are
first.
black and you're staring into the camera.
I'm gonna answer this for you guys. No.
Why's that?
Yeah. Can you explain
Oh
why
my
you won't
God.
do that?
You know, just because one, that's not how I think.
Oh, not
I feel like
That's
you
true.
don't. I
I
feel like
missed
you
that
don't
so
want to
many
think
times.
outside the box.
That's right. You don't think it's at the bun. And Dr. K was right. You are broken.
Yeah.
You guys want to hear about when I got mushrooms?
When
Yeah.
you've got
When you
one.
got them?
Well, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes,
Yes,
Ludwig.
Ludwig.
All right. So I was over at Hassan's house the other day. We ate surströmming, which is what I was trying to get you guys to eat.
No,
I
you
wait,
ate that
The-
shit?
This is the herring, right?
Yeah.
Oh
I ate it.
yeah.
Was it for a meme?
Wait,
I ate it-
fermented or just herring?
It was the fermented, yeah. So it's basically fermented herring. What they do, it's a Swedish dish. It's like 500 years old, and it's what they would use when they go on long sailing voyages because it preserves really well.
Hmm.
It's just really incredibly salty fish.
Is
but
that why he said that his house like smelled bad?
yes,
Okay.
the fermentation process is terrible, and Miskiff had to eat it because he lost a bet to me,
Mhm.
and he
X.
opened it up at Hassan's. He had no clue what this was. He actually hates fish and seafood in general, and but I
Hassan does?
yeah. So I convinced him to open this and also eat it. And it doesn't actually taste as bad as it smells. It smells wretched.
He likes you, bro. He
and
likes
his-
you for doing
He
that.
does, and his house smells fucking terrible now. But while I was there, he was talking about how he has these mushroom chocolate bars, which with psilocybin, the active ingredient in mushrooms. And he was like talking about taking them. I was a DD all day. I was driving Cutie Homes. I was like, I'm almost set.
X plus
But
Y.
it,
Imagine
like,
if you were like,
Three. What the fuck does that mean?
no,
Bro, Mario uses them when he drives. He's fucking chilling.
yeah, he goes fast.
Well, let me tell you, that's coming. So Mario's coming in this story, dude.
I love
Wait,
that.
Super Mario?
Yes.
Okay.
So I just keep this locked in my mind, but it reminds me that I haven't had an edible in like a month plus. It's been a while. I just don't have any, and I was like, oh, I should go purchase some. And this last night when me and Cutie are getting dinner, I'm like, hey, let's stop by this place, and it's called like Secret Alley Edibles or something like that. Secret Alley Weed.
Just rock bottom from
Why?
Trump again,
why?
right?
The weed won't kill you, smokery.
Yeah.
Why would they call it that?
Well, we walk around this plaza that I've never like. There's a bunch of plazas, like little pockets that'll be like Asian or Hispanic in LA. It's all over.
74.
This is like an Asian plaza I've never been to. It's really cute, but there were signs all around the building that were saying
50
it
plus
was, like, all in
74
Chinese, and
is
then underneath the translation was
124.
purse snatchers here.
There's no
beware.
fucking free
Whoa.
I know.
in
That's
50
high.
plus
It was
74.
not, but we were walking around for like 10 minutes, couldn't find the place. I end up calling, and she guides me, and it literally was a secret alleyway where you have to go down. It's an unmarked wall. I don't know if this is because what they're doing is illegal.
That's what I was thinking. What? Dude, are there no normal
He walks-
weed
there's
stores
like-
in California?
There's like a sign that says like no road runners.
Dude,
Yeah, she like you're on the phone. She's like, okay, yeah, look at the ground, and she opens a hatch from the
The
pavement.
first
Dude.
door's a painting.
again, in Seattle, shit is like a genius bar, dude. It's the opposite.
It's
Yeah.
not like that here. I think it's because, look, and this is what I kind of pieced together. It's an unmarked building. There's a buzzer. You go in. There's a first entryway with like a security guard. He checks my ID, and he says like this. He's like, all right, here for your medical weed. Sure, yeah, I love my medical. And then the second door that I go through, and then I'm in, and it's the lady. And she's like, so glad you guys people struggle. And I'm,
So glad you recited the correct incantation to
Yeah.
appear here.
and she goes through. She's like, okay, we have ice cream weed. We have these big fat doobie doobs. And goes through the whole list. And I'm like, just the edible, please, ma'am. Leads me to it. Right next to it, the same chocolate bar Hassan had of mushrooms.
So this is illegal, right?
Yeah, it is not yet legal to my
Wait, they have
understanding
shrooms
to
in
purchase
the store?
mushrooms.
Which
Just
makes
to be
whatever
clear,
Ludwig's
you-
saying parody.
I'm
you-
allegedly talking about
You've
this.
named the business.
No,
I'm allegedly naming the
no, it's
business.
Purse Snatchers Incorporated. Not.
Yeah, it was
no.
Acme Weed.
And the bar has Mario riding Yoshi, but Yoshi looks fucked up. And then it says 1-Up Bar because it's mushrooms.
So this.
Yeah.
So
That's like if you could buy chocolate at like Hot Topic.
he
that
likes
had
it. I was gonna
mushrooms.
say this is a Hot Topic shirt for like 100 years. Like,
Yeah, my fucking like one-up silly band, bro.
And the label's misprinted. It goes 1 to 3 because it's a bar of chocolate with like, you know, whatever, 15 pieces. It goes 1 to 3 pieces.
There's
and
3
then that's
dots.
like microdosing. And then it says 3 to 6, which doesn't make sense because they use 3 for both.
yeah, no, that makes sense.
It says
Mm.
1 to
No,
3
it should
micro.
be 4 to 6.
Yes, because
Yeah.
then it says 3
no,
to 6.
because if you take 3, they can say, oh, I
3
took 3.
dots.
It's either a
3
microdose
dots.
or a trip.
No,
That's
right?
a
okay,
bad
You're
thing.
actually explaining exactly why it doesn't make sense.
No, but I'm saying because it's
No, he's
different
right.
for everybody, and they can legally say, hey, it might
Maybe
be
it's
a
like
microdose for you, it might be a little bit more.
First of all,
0,
none of this
4,
is legal. Second of all,
5,
to
7.
counter your argument,
Numerical
1 to
order.
3 micro, 3 to 5 like regular, 3 to 6 regular trip,
Of course
and then
it's
it's
not.
at 7 to 10
What the fuck?
shamanic.
Can I
So
get?
what-
like shrew man.
And it's just
Wait,
not
did they
letting me
skip
have
6?
another hint.
Did they skip 6?
No, no,
I
sorry,
assume
it's
he
3 to
just-
6 for the middle.
Okay.
And then 7.
You said 3 to 5. I was like, what happens when you take 6?
Yeah.
6, you fucking die. There's just a skull emoji.
That's actually how
Item
I used to read a
hints.
lot of Arrowwid, which was like a drug journaling website, like where you
That's
just go and,
streamer mode.
like people who like eat toad venom, right? Or, like,
Maybe
eat
it's the
toad and
music.
shit, just describing their drug experience. And what I found with what do you call it? Corticosteroid, cough, and cold. You basically eat a bunch of cold pills, and there are these different plateaus based on how much you eat. And people would always try to get to the
I
next
wanna.
one. And a lot of them would like ruin their bodies and die. But they would
What's this
journal
level
it while,
called?
you know,
This is
bef-
not being
How do they-
Metaverse.
how do
I'm
they
just
journal
looking
it?
this shit up.
well, not the ones that died, but basically you would.
That's how hard
you,
that shit.
You get to a point. They wouldn't die, but after it, they'd like say, yeah, this was the worst experience of my life, and it changed me forever, and I'll never be the same. And they'll explain everything that happened.
You ever have
after
someone?
that.
You
It's
ever
really
have someone
scary, actually.
explain their ego death
Yeah,
experience to you?
that kind of shit.
That shit when you haven't gone through it is so boring. When someone else tells
To
you
hear
about
about
their,
it?
their ego
But
death,
some of them are great writers.
like who?
Back in the day. No, I'm just saying like the
These
people that
people.
do this.
Oh, I see.
They like make it. It's like riveting.
Like
and some
who?
of them are illiterate. And
Like
No,
he
I'm-
was,
I'm saying
he was
like your
gonna
homie
name an
Clevin.
famed
You're like
ego
Hemingway.
death writer
yeah, that's actually Hemingway's
that
art.
Nick also knows from his English studies.
It's,
Right.
it's the same exact thing as when someone says like, "Yo, you want to hear a 30-minute story about my dream last night?"
Yeah.
That's how it feels to
Yeah.
hear
Wait.
about someone's
It
TV
is
set.
some
Did
YouTube
he already
King
do the
tweet vibes.
laptop?
The only interesting
Those are fire.
story I've ever told about a dream in my entire life was the one where Miles Teller peed on me.
That's the most hot one you've ever had.
It's a good dream.
It's because it's concise, it gets to the point, and it had
What?
a punchline.
I would love to go a
Conveniently.
week without hearing about Cutie's dream where I cheated on her.
Does she,
Is that
happen a
happening
lot?
every week?
How did you discover this? What? 5. 50. Oh yeah, 50. Okay. 74. What? What? $50. It's a fucking multiplication sign. Oh my god, I'm so fucking dumb. Oh my god. It's literally not even hard. I just can't. My reading comprehension is like a negative grade. What the hell is wrong
It
with my
happens,
brain?
Like, at least once every 2 weeks.
Oh my
I remember,
god.
like, some shit always happens.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just a piece of shit. In your dream.
Maybe fucking stop it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
maybe
what?
be
Think
better.
about that.
Yeah. Be loyal.
Yeah.
Anyway, I own these bars allegedly. I am scared to consume them because of. There are people who like my mind has never been the same after mushrooms. And my mind is great right now. It
My
works
mind
super well
is
for everything I do.
better
Imagine how
after
you become more
mushrooms.
compassionate.
That'd be
I
so
definitely
bad.
I
had
get like
No, it would
anxiety
ruin it.
awakenings
imagine.
after
You
taking
need more
psychedelics.
worse
psychedelics.
comments.
Yeah, but he's
Not really
still the guy that has the
awakenings.
money
That's
from
some
Also,
kind of
we-
spiritual sounding
we
thing, but
allegedly took
just
this
look at
and
life
knew it.
differently
was, like,
and
such
have
a
better
small-
priorities after I
Sure. But you
took
could do the same
shrooms because it
thing.
makes you think
Anyway,
differently while
shroom
you're on
episode
them.
Yeah. However,
Don't-
3700.
20K.
They will haunt you. They will come for you.
Are you down?
15K. Shroom episode at 15?
Give me a number.
20? Allegedly?
Give me a number.
15.
Hey, just like the first
Shroom
one, like
episode
Mark
would've been
and I,
cool.
where we gotta be chill with
Video
that.
did well.
15. 15.
15? 15,000 patrons, and these guys will allegedly
If we
and
keep-
parody eat mushrooms
We'll parody.
on stream.
it.
Or sorry, and whatever.
Archie can put like the Mario mushroom over it as an edit, and then it makes the sound when you consume it.
I think it takes a little longer to
No,
kick
we
in. might have to do
we gotta
before.
eat it before the episode.
Yeah.
I think we
It's a
would
movie
just
magic.
eat it and then chill and then just do a 3-hour recording block and then Godspeed.
Yeah, and we show you guys like some cool dinosaurs and colors.
And every like 20 minutes, me and Slime stand up and just stare for like 10
You
minutes
should
straight.
bring like pranks for it, like silly string.
And this happened Kenny versus Spenny, where he tricked him into taking acid, and it's
Great
fucked
fucking
up.
show.
Wait,
Yeah.
what happened here?
Kenny
So
versus
it's
Spenny,
just-
it was this old show where they like do competitions, and one was, can you keep a squid on your head the longest? And basically, it was like a squid from like an Asian market, right? It's a raw squid, and they both put it on. But what Kenny did to his friend Spencer, who is always trying to game the system, is he dosed his morning orange juice with LSD, and he had this whole thing planned out where he's like, "Hey, bro, you should read this, bro." Because he dosed it, right? He literally, it showed him buying
won't
the
let me go back
LSD
to the left
and then
now.
watering it down and putting it in his orange juice, right? And then he drinks it. An hour later, comes. He's like, "Bro, I don't feel so good. I feel like kind of weird." And he's like, "Why?" And he starts getting on the computer and he's like, "Oh, they say like there's psychoactive effects like in the squid ink. It's probably like seeping into your head, bro." And there it is. This episode scared me off
Bro,
of
is
hallucinogenics.
this Migos?
This is real. This is fucking. I implore everyone to watch
This looks
this
like a
on YouTube.
screenshot from a movie.
It is so terrifying
This is
because
Squid Game.
it really is him going
Squid-
through
Squid
the
Game.
terror of being on a bad drug trip, which I've been on before, where you like realize that you exist and that you were born once and you haven't been born before, but like things change abruptly and you get scared. And this guy Kenny, he'll like fool him. He dressed as a bunny and then he walked around and then he went behind a corner and then he followed him and he scared him with like a demon mask.
Where was this show
This is
originally
Don-
on?
you just- this is
This
just
was on
Donnie
Comedy
Darko.
Central, produced by the South Park guys, Matt and Trey, and it
Oh.
was
You ever seen
in
Kenny vs.
Canada.
It was just a
Dude,
prank show.
that goes way
sounds
harder than
interesting.
I think anything that could air on Comedy Central today.
Brother, it was fucking crazy, and I don't know how much they were in on it or whatever, but genuinely, it has a terrible acid trip, and that is not changeable.
Almost
I
assured,
awful.
like he didn't completely drug him without telling him, right?
I don't know, but
'Cause
at the end of the day, he had a bad time, and it's really sobering to watch. You're like, this is how it does go.
It's
go
funny.
down.
I simultaneously hope it's fake and also don't.
Yeah, there's a weird middle ground there. Anyway, that's what we'll do to you guys.
The
Yeah.
first time that I took
Allegedly.
mushrooms, I walked in circles around the city for an entire day.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my mode when I take these.
In Amsterdam.
Yeah, I did the
was
same
Amsterdam.
loop, and we came around for the 4th time, and I was like, I looked at the friend I was with, I was like, dude, I think we're going to Zurich. That was, and that's, I'm just like, I'm
That was easy.
very mellow the entire time.
I never believed in
Four
stage hypnotism,
in
but at
line.
my like senior grad night
What's four in
high
line?
school, they hired
What
a
is
hypnotist,
this?
and my friend went on the stage.
I don't know what the game is. You can't just tell.
He was someone
oh.
who I like kind of knew, didn't think would like.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
Like, just know
You're just
anything.
gonna make me play a game I don't
Also
know
did all
what
that
the
shit
fuck it
you're, like,
is?
supposed to do, blah blah blah.
Got a
No
And then I got
instruction?
boner, started
What?
showing everyone I was sick.
Oh, 4 in line. It's just 4 in a row.
And
Oh, it's just
he after grad
you
night.
play like. Oh,
next
okay.
day,
I
I
see.
talked
I'm
to him,
dumb.
and
I'm
he's
freaking
like,
out about
I'm in
nothing.
San Francisco right now, and it was like 9 hours.
Oh, you
It
can.
was like the next
What?
morning, and I'm
Wait,
like,
what?
what? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, why? He's like, I don't know. The second grad night was over, I drove here. And I'm gonna come back tomorrow. I had nothing to do here.
Dude,
And he just went there. And I'm like, maybe this shit's fucking real. But it's
Oh,
been
I
so
suck.
long now, where I think it's worn off again. I think I don't believe anymore.
Did he-
We should get a
it is
hypnotist.
real, but it doesn't work the way it does in like
that's why I
in
said
movies
stage.
and
Wait,
shit.
I just lost
Yeah,
again.
you have to like
If
you
you
have
get
to
2 in a
accept
row
that you're going to be hypnotized for it
unblocked,
to
you
work.
can win.
You can't like
But
be
I've
like,
heard-
oh, they can't
But look,
hypnotize
big,
me.
Wait,
big
no,
Hypno
no.
has been saying this for a long time.
Yeah.
3 in a row.
I have
Big
no way
Hypno.
to. I don't have the research to confirm that that's true. That's just what I've always heard.
Why don't
too.
we just get a hypnotist?
We hire a hypnotist and we hypnotize Eamon on stream on.
I don't think
video.
I would be open to suggestion.
No, Eamon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we
Aiden
could-
would be open.
yeah,
to
we
it.
You
hit-
would like shut it down. Like you would specifically be the worst hypnotist person.
I did well actually. So
Yeah, you'd be pushing up your glasses,
The
showing them
the
Reddit.
thing that I watched a bunch of stage hypnotism at this like county fair we used to have, and the person would do this like activation thing at the end where you tell the person who's hypnotized that like when I say this like key phrase, you will do this action, and then after they're awake again and like normal, you can say the word still, like, or not. I don't know if it's necessarily anybody. I think it like has to be like her or somebody with a similar voice, but she'll say the word and like snap, like she sets it up, and then they will do the thing on
Okay.
reaction. And you can see some of them
What?
like fight it for a sec
What?
and like
Did
be
they-
like, why the fuck
did they
do
get
I
it?
want to do
Shit,
this?
wait, I wasn't-
And it's a really weird phenomena, but
But it's probably not real.
it
This
only
is
lasts
also-
for like a
Yeah.
couple weeks.
Right here is the closest we've ever gotten to being Joe Rogan podcast.
talking about shrooms and hypnotists.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty close.
Let's get a little closer. Coinbase. How's it going, everybody? Coinbase.com/the yard, your one-stop shop for your crypto needs. If you guys want to download it with the little website there, you get $10 in Bitcoin free. Anyway, you know, Coinbase is cool. They've been nice
What's the
sponsors.
code, Lubby?
He
What's the
said
code?
it right
It's,
that
it's
time.
Coinbase.com.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a website.
I thought he
I'll
just
give you
blocked
the
me.
code. You get $10 in Bitcoin free. You know, it's just how it works. 10 Bitcoin free.
And
You get 100 Bitcoin for free.
That is $10 US, depending.
several $100,000 deposited to your account for free, man. And that's not a joke.
Anyway, you know, hey, our only sponsor we got chugging along these days.
Hey, we appreciate that. So yeah, check them out.
Check them out.
Appreciate it.
Give
You-
them some love.
You always clock right in for the ad read.
I'm clocked in every day, dude.
Okay, but that's the thing.
Oh, no, you're not.
No, he is. But
Oh.
when you clock in for the podcast,
Thought something
I just want
scary
I
was
want
gonna
them all to
happen.
myself. I want full strength, nine psilocybin doses
No,
Ludwig.
you don't.
Yes,
'Cause
I do.
If I'm that, then this is what you do in response. I'll do that. I'll be content. You'll be like,
All right, well, boys, that's not true. That's not true.
Dude,
You're saying that your maximum
this has
effort.
devolved so
Dude,
far
your
because
slime of Ludwig is better than Slime's Ludwig.
I went to an alleyway and I got some psilocybin.
Don't point and laugh.
it's like
so funny.
As it's like gone down, it's like
Those-
there's
those are just
more and more shoulder
DDoS.
movement.
It's
DDoS? Damn.
more dance movement.
Did
than
my
actual-
did my alert come up right then when you did that? I had it covered, so I didn't see it. Okay, cool. No one's followed while I'm streaming since I got it set up, so I wasn't sure. Wait, it only came up in chat though, right? Oh, wait, you saw it? Wait, I did not see it. I can't see it for some reason. Okay, cool. That's straight up just like the basic owned TV alert thing. Like it's just or no, that's just the basic Stream Elements one. Cause the ones from the thing I got, they just looked like absolute garbage. They did not like align with text. They were awful. Yeah. Okay. You saw that too. They were so terrible. It's kind of a scam to put that in and say that you got value from your money.
It's an
It's
Asian.
not even, it's not
Do
even
the
a real
Ludwig.
human being anymore. It's,
Dude, what?
Do the Ludwig.
Oh,
My dance
man.
move now.
Yeah, you're saying that your highest level of effort is that guy?
No, I'm saying that's I think that's what when I turn on ad read mode. Sure, yeah.
Let's see if you come up. Oh, if you come up on YouTube actually, or on Google. Just God damn. That was a bunch in a row. That was good. That was a good pull. Good clip. That was good. I will say, I personally thought the music choice was kind of weird. Because that's just like all happy and upbeat, and then you're just murdering people. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird, but that threw me off a little bit.
No, I'm just saying. I guess I'm not explaining myself properly. At what point are you? Is it TikTok time, or is it this is mogul money? I'm on the fucking ball, or TikTok
Okay.
time where you're kind of like
That's fair.
morning
That's
boss
fair.
and you clock in and you leave a little early.
I thought I understood what he was saying. I don't anymore.
What
Yeah,
he's saying is he's like, what is the level of production you need to have like the performance you put on for Mogul Money versus
Want to get
the
best
9 to
look.
5er of unusual memes, which is just kind of like an easy cash grab video,
versus mogul mail.
versus Mogul Mail. But to be honest, I actually
I like
don't
Mogul.
think there's that much of a difference. It's more so just what I have to work with and what I can bounce off of in Mogul Money.
Interesting.
And what I have to work with in a TikTok time is a few TikToks.
So what your plus or minus of your like ability would you say is like 5%.
Did this
you're-
freeze?
At any moment, you are
Oh,
5%
no.
or 5%.
I would say I'm
better.
always at 120. Sometimes I just go to 150.
Oh,
So
what's
It's
happening?
over 100 all the
30%.
time.
We
His-
we just take those down to a normal number and actually
Yeah.
makes sense. So yeah.
My
Okay.
His
computer warm?
cadence, your
No.
cadence and engagement always feels pretty the same, regardless of what you're doing. In when you're making a YouTube video,
Mhm.
to be clear.
Ever since this weekend, I've just been thinking about Ludwig's role in the podcast and what it means to him
Oh,
without
what?
asking him. And that's what I do.
It is, yeah.
And next week
Yeah.
I'll have
Sugar,
a
I
really
need you to
strong
move.
opinion
I need you to
formed,
move.
and I
and
will tell it to him.
The
then
Ludwig
I'll tell it to
fandom.
him.
I think you're
And
making
then,
my computer
and then the
fire.
week after that, I'll apologize to Ludwig.
And everything will be good.
Oh, you want to talk about the bands?
Oh yeah. What the fuck's going on?
Wait,
That's
what?
what I have
How
down
come
there.
you keep
Number
getting
3
banned,
is
dude?
React.
The bans on YouTube have been rampant. I've been like, it's not
Oh,
actually
what the
banned.
hell?
What the fuck's going on, Ludwig?
So I don't know. This became a trending news story in my home city of Nashua, New Hampshire, where I was born. It was #1 over the COVID deaths
Wait,
For that day.
for that day. of
is it like
course.
local Nashua superstar
Yeah,
gets
it's
banned
just some,
from
like,
YouTube?
local? It was basically like YouTube signs or Ludwig signs with YouTube, and then immediately gets banned.
Picture of you as a little kid. You're like wearing a cowboy hat, pissing on a fence. It's like, this is our guy.
They must explicitly say you're from Nashua.
I think it's probably in the article. I didn't read it that I'm from New Hampshire, but anyway, it's become like a top post on LSF the 2 times it happened or 3 times or whatever, and
I've
and
gotta
it apparently created a little bit of
fix this
disturbances in
now.
the force for YouTube
Yeah.
because it even got all the way up to Susan.
Susan.
Susan was like,
Susan
"We
Wojak.
good here? Like, did we ban the guy that we paid a shit ton of money or?"
Yeah, what happened with that?
Because it's not actually a ban, but I keep phrasing it as a ban, and then everyone else keeps phrasing it as a ban. Because I thought it was at first, but basically what
I
happened?
mean, it says you're banned, right?
It says this content is like it's been suspended or something.
And then
Okay.
you can't go live while the suspension is
Here's what I
on,
found
right?
out, and now I have all the knowledge because I talked to my YouTube guy, great guy. And what I found out is if I am watching something that is copywritten, a yellow warning will pop up, and it'll be like, "Boy, if you don't,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an alert.
if you
Oh,
don't,
that's
and if I
nice.
don't, a message will pop up that says like stream suspended. That message, if I turn off the content, will only be there for 2 minutes.
So you can just pop it back on.
It'll-
Pop the stream back on.
And then it'll go away. I could end stream and restart, or I could just let it run 2 minutes.
Oh.
it'll literally go
Commercial
away.
break. Everyone stare at the fun screen. for
It's
2 minutes.
basically a fun commercial break screen. And so I basically will now, if I want to react to stuff, if I see the yellow message come up, I have to go like full screen and make some Cody Co jokes or something. And I can no longer. I don't think I can do what XQC or Stans or Trainwrecks do, the 3 bigs of Twitch.
The 3
I cannot
Which is
rewatch
watch Hell's Kitchen.
pillars
can't
of
watch-
reacting.
yeah. I can't watch Hell's Kitchen or MasterChef uninterrupted for like episodes in a row.
Yeah, which you never
Huh.
really did, I guess. Which is kind of funny because it's
No.
like you. I don't know. Does this? I think you made a joke where you were like, "Yeah, I gotta like make better content." I guess. Boo.
So this
Yeah.
it doesn't apply to short form content like TikToks or like if you're watching. What if you were watching like, say you're watching a Wendover Productions YouTube video?
So-
Could you get flagged?
I don't know. That's what I'm literally gonna do an unlisted stream, and I'm gonna test, and I'm just
Okay.
gonna go through shit I would watch. But like a summoning salt video, no, it was chill. But
Okay.
a Kurzgesagt video
Yeah.
got hit, which I was surprised by. I was not so surprised by you know, okay, here it goes, music video or Baby Shark or like an Ariana Grande video. I'm not surprised by those.
Yes,
Those make
shouldn't be
sense.
surprising.
But it's more like I will just have to look at the warnings and then play around. It is
Wow.
basically a more robust system on YouTube that detects things really well, and then Twitch is like
Piano.
still like pew pew wild wild west.
Yeah, they're like, we're gonna mute the VOD, so think about
Yeah,
that.
because Twitch has to be caught manually.
Yes,
But YouTube creates a content IDs.
which is changing because the VOD reviews are automatic on Twitch, so
Yeah,
automatically
they're
record
annoying.
companies will go through all the VODs.
That's for music.
That's for music, but it can also be for visuals.
Oh,
it can also
really?
be for YouTube videos. Yeah. and eventually they will have a system in place to check live stuff, like almost assuredly. Like record
Oh.
companies will come for their comeuppance.
You should get Zipper to make you a giant button, and it's like your alarm button. It's like Metal Gear when the guards are like looking for you,
I
and you hit it, and
can't
the yellow thing goes up.
see
and you
that
have to like
enough.
you have to like hide in a box until it's over.
I think the idea is to make it seamless, because if you make it like
Let
an
me pick
overt
it up.
thing, then
What the
ruins
fuck?
No,
experience.
shame them.
I should go full screen and then
Ton of
just
keys.
chill and talk until it
Hide
goes
in a
away.
box and play the music.
Yeah, I like the box.
And
idea.
I dress up as like a YouTube cop, and I'm like looking for you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm like, ah, fuck, he's
Like
gone.
iDubbbz content cop.
Yes, it's like
and then
that. He doesn't know,
sometimes,
but yeah.
like 1 in 5 times, he finds you and he shoots you with your paintball gun.
But then you can strap C4 to my back and kill me. Like
This
in
is
Metal Gear.
just Metal
that
Gear.
seems disproportionate.
And then you get a call from Susan on the codec. Wait, what are you doing?
The end result
Did
of
she
all
sound like
this
Snake?
is, I think if I'm surmising it, is
Baby shark.
reacting is worse on YouTube, but there is no punishment like there is on Twitch.
Right. It's
Huh.
just like, hey, stop it. Fucking stop
You
it.
just get a little smooch.
The punishment on Twitch is like 3 times you're banned, and then the punishment on YouTube is
It's a,
here's my window.
it's a smooch.
It would be crazy if you could sign, get paid, and then like play Baby Shark 3 times and be permabanned, and they're just like nothing we can do.
It's automatic. I don't like it anymore. than
Content ID
you.
doesn't
Yeah.
fuck around.
The thing is, you
The
know,
baby shark is at the head of the table,
Yeah.
just slamming it with its baby fist.
Sure.
Speaking of guests like Susan, one of our past
Wooden
guests,
cylinder
Stavros,
red.
from the Come Down podcast.
Dude,
he,
do you know? Did you read this?
yeah, I opened it.
We didn't know who this was from.
Wait,
Yeah, let
what?
me read this
How did
out.
that
And
go
so
down there?
Here's what happened. We had a package on our counter, and it said "Warm Wishes," and it read like this: "To my beloved Yard House and Cutie, any group of pals that's at least partially
is-
uncircumcised is my
no,
kind of group."
no, read how he wrote it.
Okay. Any
What?
I was like, wait, did he write that?
at least
What?
partially, and then it's
Did I just fuck this up
Yeah.
forever?
it is uncirced. Which I'll translate. Enjoy these cookies my mom and I made as
Oh.
penance for telling Lud's mom to go fuck herself. But if she needs more of an
Okay.
apology, I'm happy
does
to
this
take
do,
her out too. Winky face. Merry Xmas, and then it is the letter S, and then
Wiggles.
squiggles. And we didn't know who this was. We
yeah,
thought
me and
this
Ludwig were trying to crack
was
it.
Fran, who suddenly got our address and was making a weird joke about my mother, until I found out it was Stav, which blew my mind. That Stavros was baking cookies with his mother and then did this. It's like the sweetest thing you
It
could
is
imagine
very
from
so
that
sweet.
man.
And this is like your card from like the store. Like
Yeah.
it's just there's a snowman.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah, it's like
dick
a
and
Hallmark.
balls. It's
It's
just
handwritten.
It's just a nice
I got a
card.
picture.
It's a nice gesture.
It's
and
a
there's
lot of
nothing negative
cookies.
to say.
It's not like he sent us
Yeah.
3 cookies.
And they're good.
Yeah. It's not like he bulk made for a bunch of people either. Like this is how many cookies you would make if you baked with your
Yeah.
mother.
Just
Yeah.
such a insane.
It was so
mix-up.
nice, and I was still sus about it. I was like, maybe he laced them.
Yeah, I thought that too.
Maybe they got weed.
So me and Eamon were like
Oh,
ba-
okay.
the
trying it for
backstory-
slime.
The backstory was that I woke up and I saw the package from him, and I was like, it said to the yard sluts, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna open this, but I have to leave right now. So I went and I opened it in my car like while I was like about to go, and I was like, oh wait, this is for like I want everyone to see this.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
thought it was funnier if
Oh, so you knew.
if I kept the box and just put them on the counter and waited for them to be found.
Me and Ludwig
I don't know how to
conducted
time
an
this.
investigation
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
asking each other like, what's this?
That's
Yeah.
why I didn't post a like a
Just gonna
tweet about
press it
but
randomly
was
because I don't know what the
find
fuck.
it.
Yeah, that's
It's
cool.
very sweet. Thank you,
Stavros,
Stavros.
so nice.
Thank
for
you,
the
Stav.
cookies.
Hearts for Stavros.
Yeah, the-
One
I
of
don't
my
care
favorite
what they
episodes.
Cookies
say.
are really
Austin's
good.
not doing that shit.
He didn't come on the pod. More like Ted. Where the fuck are our cookies at, Ted?
That's true.
Ted, no,
knew his
Ted
shit.
sent Amy
Ted
merch.
sent me merch.
Oh,
he also
he
sent- he
shilled
sent
me
for
also
his
sent
own
him
merch.
merch.
He's shilling.
Okay, how about some milk or something?
He
that
invited me to a Halo server too.
Really?
Yeah, and you
Aw.
didn't you say
Wait,
What?
what happened when you went?
Oh,
on the
I said I
server?
played with them once, and they were like playing like zero gravity energy swords in private match only.
And you're like, I'm a bit busy.
And I was like, I thought we were gaming. What the fuck? This is crazy.
Yeah, it turns out the Minecrafters
Hey,
don't
look,
game.
in round one, I'll say, it was fun. Round one, it was like just wacky Wild West. Everyone's flying over the map. It was fun. They're like, you guys want to run it like all night? I was like, holy shit, you guys are crazy.
You showed up to the kid's birthday party with your full paintball gear.
You're like, pinning the tail is harder than I thought on this donkey. But I'm good.
Yeah, it was tight.
I have
Dude,
to like
I-
land
so,
it on the
here's the
blue
thing
so that
about
the
the
green
React
pushes, but that'll
world.
land
Do you
there.
think
What do
that-
these things do?
So Stan's. I watched Stan's stream today.
just don't do
and Just
anything.
watching Hell's Kitchen, and I'm like, Stan's, you're better than Hell's Kitchen. But if he was on YouTube,
No,
like,
he's not.
no, I think he is.
I'm not
Hold
better
on,
than
hold
Hell's
on.
Kitchen.
When you say that, do you mean his content is better than Hell's Kitchen, or he should be watching something better? He should
no,
be
no,
reacting
his
to things
content
better
is
than
better
Hell's Kitchen.
than just watching and reacting
Oh,
to Hell's Kitchen.
yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Oh.
he can do better,
can do
but
better.
there is certainly no creator who's making better content than what Hell's Kitchen is.
I-
Take.
I see.
Mr. Beast?
That is insane.
No
to
creator on
say.
Twitch.
No live
Hell's
streamer
Kitchen
is.
beats everything
No.
that
How
Twitch
about-
can do.
Ebuy.
I think so.
Ebuy.
Ebuy once every fucking 2 months, maybe. But honestly, like Hell's Kitchen's a fire
I
show.
don't
He's
even
one
know
of the
what
best
Ebuy
chefs
actually
in the world,
does, other
who's
than
like
he
a
met Messi.
like exuberant personality.
Dude, you're telling me fucking Subway Sundae by Prezzo isn't better than Hell's Kitchen.
Eat fresh.
Eat fresh, bro.
It's not.
Dude, okay, I am saying that I think that the heat that you're getting from your new system that makes it a bit harder to be a React and Andrew is kind of a good thing because it can encourage people to not just watch Hell's Kitchen for an hour or 2 or
Yeah.
3 or 4 or 5. However, if people are just want to watch people watch Hell's Kitchen, who am I to say anything?
That's
When-
what people want to watch. Let
when
me tell you,
Dan's gets his YouTube deal, he'll have to figure this out.
X is averaging like 80K right now. I think he boots up Hell's Kitchen, Master Chef, 110,
Are
120.
you kidding me?
He's
That's
like
What?
crazy.
50%
All right,
bump.
that's it.
Wait,
They
Holy
why?
solved the
shit.
game.
Why
He
is he
beat it.
allowed to do this?
Because Twitch is still wild, wild west. Live streaming doesn't have like live content ID systems that pick this up and then shut it down.
They don't
So
have the infrastructure to say, all right, X, you can't watch Hell's Kitchen.
I can't
'cause then
spin
they
it.
have to go to everyone doing that and stop them. But it's
They can't
too many
do it,
people.
Yeah,
And YouTube can do it automatically.
That's
'Cause
right.
They turn everything you upload into ones and zeros, and then it goes and finds those ones and zeros.
Almost assuredly, it will come. Like the live content moderation will come.
He's on his Papa John shit.
Clean your shoes on my
Day of
road.
Reckoning
The
will
day of
come.
reckoning will come. And YouTube Switch was a good
He's
thing
been
for
eating
me.
a pizza every single day, bro.
I've discovered one thing from the Switch
Alright, they're
that kind of
clean.
shocked me is how many people simp and defend and have a Twitch as a huge part of their identity and are very quick to defend Twitch in that platform.
Talking about as a
Ragadufa
viewer or as a-
Cipiano.
I'm obviously both, but what are you talking
Viewers.
about right
I
now?
think there's still like a belief out there that
Okay.
Twitch is one of us, like as
which is
gamers,
crazy.
which is crazy.
Sinking not
They
far
are well,
from
okay.
the previous
I think
one.
again, corporate
I
like
haven't found the
media
first one.
heads have always been like,
Oh.
yeah, you don't get it, right? And that can be said for like YouTube or Twitch or like anyone who's running these platforms.
Yeah, but I think Twitch is in particular because it's always been gaming focused, probably gets treated a little bit differently than like a YouTube.
By the viewer base, I think
Yeah.
gamers
There is
are-
this weird underlying idea that Twitch is cool in a way that a lot
Like, I
of
think-
other
I think,
media
like,
platforms
Discord-
and companies are not.
Discord like still has it,
Yeah,
where like
Yeah.
people are like, yeah, Discord, that's our
in their
people.
cutie Wumpus way.
Yeah.
Wumpus also agrees with the Betez sisters.
Wumpus thinks that it's a good
Wumpus
thing
said
to buy.
what?
Wumpus thinks they need to catch up to the first world nations.
Wumpus on drone strike.
I like how ahead of the bar we were because we talked about how that was a problem like on the 4th episode.
The World Cup.
Yeah. And we
Yeah.
were like, that's kind of fucked up, huh? And then we like as a yard we're like, yeah. And then we like went off into our world.
Yeah.
And I think it's just kind of because my friend he's actually one of my favorite Ludwig clips, Stop Nice. Stop obviously. He was
Legend.
he was in Ludwig's old stream, like double digit, triple digit, and he would give
Oh fuck.
dude, Ludwig was closing the stream, and he donated like 5 bits. And he's like, thank you for the 5 bits. Sup Nice says, fuck you. Thank you very much. And then he closed stream. And that Sup Nice is also someone who would go into like my chat or something and be like, hey, this is a really funny video that you're watching. What are your thoughts on the drone bombing of Yemen? And it's so funny that
What's up,
happened.
long-time viewer, first-time donator? Just wanted to ask you a quick question. How do you feel about drone strikes in Yemen?
Yeah, and it happened unironically in that clip, which I just think is so funny. I sent it
For
to
the
him.
uninitiated, the clip is the Botez sisters chess players who are in Dubai
Wait,
for the
that
World
just told
Chess
me the
Championship
answer.
by today
Shit.
that's happening
Okay, I
right
shouldn't
now.
look at those.
And they just fielded a
Those are
question from chat
walkthroughs.
that was like, what do you have to say about the
Not
United Arab
heads.
Emirates using slave labor? And they replied to it.
What'd they say? I didn't watch the clip.
Basically, they
Where
were
does this
like,
one go,
hey,
though? I
you
mean,
can
oh,
criticize
wait.
them, but this is the exact labor that made first world
Okay.
countries what they are today. Plus, like, the penal labor system in America, like the prison labor system, is basically slave labor too. And it was like great point, but like you're still saying so it's okay.
It was
to do slavery.
weirdly saying like it's fine,
I don't
but
know if
not
I would
really.
say
but, like,
great point.
You know what
No,
I mean?
it's a fair point that there is slave labor happening in the U.S.
Oh yeah.
And so we should be critical of both, but it was more using it as a deflection of the slave labor happening in the Dubai rather than being like, let's be critical of both slavery.
Yeah,
I also
it's
don't-
so
Yeah, that's
easy to
weird.
say it's wrong.
Oh,
It's not. It's probably not easy if you're in Dubai.
UAE also not really a developing country.
Yeah,
That was another big
realistically,
critical point.
you
on,
just shouldn't feel the question. You go home and then you say, "Man, that's crazy they use slave labor." Because you probably can't say it there. I mean, there's a lot of rules.
Yeah,
you can't
yeah,
drink
absolutely.
There. You can't swear there. There's like a
I
lot
really
of
Oh.
rules.
didn't know that.
There's like
They're
you can
uptight, bro.
drink, but there's like closed or like it's really restrictive about where you can do it, and that's easing up from how it used to be.
Yeah.
Because they have to like I think there's a lot of like rules that they have to sort of like loosen up and like grapple with if they want to become hubs
So
for
this
business and
says-
tourism like globally, because like these countries were so dependent on oil for so long, and they need to introduce like new things to get away from that. So it's like, well, the tourists aren't going to come here if they can't get fucked up. So we have to like at least
No,
like
I-
have some lenience
It's
around
the,
drinking
the
and shit.
Fortnite meme. We're all like this. and it's
this
like, it's
sucks.
a little
yeah. I was
Let
gonna
me
say,
take the
I love
goddamn-
oil
oh, wait.
tourism. I just go to different countries and try their
Should
oil.
we renew energy?
I was so surprised they read it, and I was like, the same day I was like, damn, the morning
29.
paper, because I've been calling live stream fail the morning paper.
Oh, okay.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
morning paper's a little spicy today,
yeah,
and then
because sometimes it has our dad in it.
yeah, Dad's in the paper
Sometimes dad's in the paper.
And then I scrolled down a bit, and then there's one that thread with that clip was like had a shit ton of votes, but then there was one below it that had even more. I'm like, ooh, what's this? A VP at Sony got caught on a pedo hunter live stream, which
Yeah.
Whoa,
which is
Wearing a PS5 shirt,
wearing a PS5 shirt.
which is crazy.
Oh my god!
The logs are absurd.
That's almost
that's
that's
the
almost the
pedophile's
craziest
5.
part.
That's what it
The
stands
logs
for.
literally are, and I'm not exaggerating.
Oh,
It's
they
like
dropped them?
55-year-old
the logs
man.
the logs are so bad.
55-year-old man who works at Sony being like, "Hey, you like sucking and getting sucked," and then the person replying being like, "I am 15."
And he's
and
like,
then-
damn, really? So which one?
Yeah, actually, and that's actually what the logs are like.
No, that's the thing.
Dude.
He's the dude asked him. He's like,
That's
"Are you
fucking
really
crazy.
15?" And then the person's like, "Yes." And then he just plows on with the conversation. And it's like,
What the
Dude, that's
fuck?
crazy.
it
He's
must.
55.
If I
Hey,
may,
he's
it
old,
must
I
be
don't know,
tough
he's
to
okay.
be a pedophile and a moron.
you should be crafty by trade, but
Oh, yeah, you know, because all those pesky pedophile geniuses we got running around.
I was just.
yeah, they did Little Big Planet so dirty, bro. You had nothing to do with this.
They did put him in there.
Bro, leave him out of it.
This is why there will never be another Little Big Planet.
We'll never get a sequel
That's
to that
fucking,
game.
You know, it's the darkest part of that is like, damn, this guy has been doing this.
No, exactly. That's what makes you
fucked.
think about, right? Because like this guy has so much money and so much like
Does this
power
go
in
here?
his like career and shit, and he's probably been fucking doing this for a long time.
That's so.
Yeah, it's
fucked.
really dark.
So is he? I didn't read it. Is he gonna get like arrested
I
or
think he got
charged?
Fired. I
He
don't
got
know what
fired
happened.
already.
Alright.
It took like
Sure.
less than a day.
Imagine. Imagine PlayStation's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
They're like,
whoa.
we're like, we're investigating the situation.
Sony like
Investigating.
releases a statement. They're like,
Wait, what the fuck?
we're
That's
gonna
not how
figure
you
it out.
use a key
It
game.
turns out the text messages were actually from a 27-year-old man faking being a 15-year-old. So he
Yeah,
hasn't done
so it's
anything.
cool.
So chew on that.
Yeah, chew on that.
Yeah, he. I mean, look, Sony has destroyed Xbox in the wars. All they need to do is not have a major
Maybe
fuck
it
up
was a
pedophile
coup.
ring.
Maybe it was a plant from
an
Microsoft.
an inside
That'd
job.
be
Maybe it was
crazy.
Billiam Gates, and he pretended to be a boy,
Don't bring Billiam Gates.
and Billiam, to take down Sonus, decided to do it.
I really think I want to get you for Christmas just like a definition of Occam's razor. And just,
I still don't know.
What is that? What is I don't know what that is.
It's when the worst thing can happen.
I don't know what
No,
this
that's
is.
a different thing.
all right,
Occam-
boys, let's go to the next segment here, because this is actually leaked, so we can talk about it now.
What happened?
Talk
What
about
is-
it later.
My biggest Smash tournament ever.
Oh, sure. It's look at
The
board like it
hypothetical
was on.
name.
Hold.
Oh yeah, you did leak it. You
It's
piece of shit.
You leaked the name
Yeah, you
Wait,
leaked it.
wait, how?
I leaked it
Son.
on another
Oh,
pod.
you just say it? You just
Yeah.
said it?
I
on
said it.
another pod.
I
Whose
leaked
Oh,
it.
so it was
pod?
a strategic leak.
Yeah.
It was like when this guy's toast said that you smother baby
Who-
ducks
whose
to
pod-
get a boner.
What?
When you admitted that.
I didn't. No, he admitted.
I like
No, he
I
told
like this
you
guy's
that-
toast name,
that
by the
you
way.
did that.
I never said that. I like his name.
Do you know what it's from?
I just like that it says this guy's toast.
Yeah, it's cute.
Oh!
That's because that's what they would say in Hearthstone. It was a character's voice line. He would say, "This guy's
Oh, really?
toast," but it sounds like "this guy's toast."
I didn't know what
Yeah.
it's from, but I realized the play on words.
I didn't know that. This is my finding out about like
Huh.
the 3 legendary birds, banished numbers, and
Oh, right.
this
yeah.
is my
Oh.
version of that.
Uno, dos, tres.
Anyway, go
That's
on.
so sick. I didn't know
So
that.
I leaked it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Wow, this is crazy. Also,
Hey,
muck
hey,
backwards.
Hitmonlee,
so.
Hitmonchan, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan.
Dude, you tell me you knew that.
I know. I only knew the Hitmonlee one.
You
Oh,
about,
you knew that one.
Hey, you
Yeah.
know about muck backwards?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey,
like-
hey,
it's like-
I'll see you on Penn
It's
Island,
like
bro.
my comp.
You
Yo,
on Penn
It's like my
Island.
comp. So you leaked the fucking what podcast
the
did you leak it on?
It was
By
on
the
the
way,
green
we're gonna have to
dude.
talk about this event.
It was on Hassan's podcast, and I
Leak
leaked
it here for people who don't.
I leaked the name. So basically, I want to make the biggest Smash tournament ever in terms of prize pool and entrance for Melee and Ultimate.
Wait.
And the hypothetical name, and let me know, this is not locked in, obviously,
Oh.
Drum roll.
is Sawcon.
I love it.
Why is it SawCon? Guys, what's the name come?
You're
from?
off the podcast.
We're gonna have a lot of booths with different types of saws.
It's actually it's celebrating the beloved movie franchise of traps and
Dude, we
murder.
should have a saw trap there.
One
escape room.
Smasher will die.
Yeah, we kill somebody ritualistically at SawCon every year, like
That's
the
so
Romans,
sick.
like the Romans did.
Dude, okay. And we are going to glaze right by that and talk about how Slime has been, like, talking about how much he loves Roman history and how
It's
he's been reading about
actually,
it.
I think it's
I'm just guessing.
one of the
Okay.
funniest things you've ever
I don't
done.
like
Okay,
this.
This is oh
This is the
god,
exact
it's
conversation.
So, we've already talked about this. We talked about like
happened?
not we
What
talked about this
happened?
happening with
Ah,
other things.
almost.
Where
What
Anthony,
happened?
Anthony will spend time
What
like
happened?
discrediting or shitting on something, and then fall down some multi-hour YouTube
Fuck.
rabbit hole about it, and then think it's the coolest thing ever.
I didn't ever
So,
discredit.
For those who are
Rome.
wondering,
So-
those who are
so-
wondering, we all went to fucking Italy recently. Slime left early because he
Watch
was like,
pod.
Italy sucks and everyone here is dumb and
No,
I
we
hate
went
it.
to-
here."
we went to
sucks.
Florence.
No.
We went to Florence and we went to Rome. The first part of the trip was Florence, and on the last day after we recorded the podcast, Anthony left. He left
Fuck.
home early,
which
he
I
didn't-
plan to do.
He didn't explore Rome at all, except for like the hour we had at the train
Yeah,
station.
the
on
only
the
thing I
way.
explored was Aiden.
But then
Fox.
fucking
like
this
this.
week's Blues Clues episode went over Rome. And he watched it all and he went like, hey, Rome's kind of sick as fuck. I think it's cool now.
Dude, you know what happened? He asks me, he's like, okay, yeah, who's Remus's brother? Like, testing me because I said, I learned all this. I'm like, Romulus. I went to the hill that he threw the spear on that
I was like-
started all of Rome.
and
he's
I was
like,
like, that's so sick.
Yes. Oh my God, we went on tours. We listened to a woman talk about this for hours.
Well, you didn't tell me that you weren't
The
on
tour
the
was actually
through
so
the spear.
delightful. It was a delightful tour.
If we would have told you, it still wouldn't have mattered because you'd already be gone.
Yeah, no shit. I don't know. Basically, it was funny. I would have. I don't know if I would have stayed. See, that's how much I hate traveling. So give me a break,
Fair
all right?
enough.
But I like Rome now, and I'm a history buff. I'm a history guy.
It was cool.
It was so funny.
And then I watched
hearing-
Gladiator
hearing
last
them
night.
I
talk
saw
about
it.
it at the table last night because Ludwig was regurgitating the facts like back at him. But Ludwig had learned all these things by reading a Wikipedia article about the Colosseum
Well,
minutes before
I
one of her
looked at
tours.
Wikipedia,
Oh,
but then
so
it,
wait, did he check me minutes before?
no,
No, minutes before
Wait.
one of the
What
tours.
happened is
was
we were
recorded.
going on
Yeah.
a tour. Our tour
Pause.
guide, like, there was a miscommunication, so I thought I was gonna learn all of it and then give everyone a tour. And then, so I just basically consumed a bunch of knowledge.
Why did you think that was gonna happen?
Yeah, that's
No,
such a
because
weird
we-
thing to
we were-
think.
We were
No,
late
there
for
was
the tour.
actually
We
a
were late for
world
the
where
tour.
our tour guide
Okay.
like,
Miscommunication.
wasn't gonna
We
show up.
don't think our tour guide is coming up.
Oh,
he,
so you're
he pulls up the Wikipedia article and he's like, "I'm gonna read about Rome," and then we didn't end up needing it. Tour guide ends up showing up anyway. She asks us questions like during the thing, like, "Any of you know?"
What's the original name of the Colosseum? And I would be like, oh, it was actually called the Flavian Colosseum because
Yeah.
the Flavian dynasty created
And
it.
she's
He had
like,
a big
"Wow,
clock.
wow, so good!" And we're all like, "He read that like 15 minutes ago."
So wait, this is only our crew, right? This wasn't strangers
Yeah.
in this group. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what threw me
Wait.
off. 'Cause I was
Oh.
imagining a bunch of like
Oh.
tourists from around the world, and Ludwig's like, "All right, well,
No.
all right, how is everyone doing? Let's get into it."
No, I think I
Alright, that makes
retained
sense.
a lot more of
Aw,
it
what?
because I reach it on
Goes
Wikipedia
there.
all the time.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But then also hearing it from someone else and seeing it, I was like, it was like actually a really good way to learn. if you can have that privilege.
Dude, it's like lore, but it's like really happened.
Yeah,
it's very cool.
Rome
History
is
is
cool.
cool.
Rome is cool.
I like
What-
history now.
So in Italy, there's a few countries in Europe, Italy being one of them, where I think there's sort of this notable idea that there are certain types of like scams or like pickpockets that might happen in certain areas and things, you know. And Sweden, not one of the countries you would typically associate with this. One of the nights that I was out there, we were getting back really late.
I
to
just-
the
I tried 'em
hotel
all,
that we were
though.
staying at, and everybody was like pretty drunk, and I was in the front of the cab that we had got back, and the
Wait, is this a
currency
code?
they use there is like krona or like crowns they
Oh,
usually say, and they
Where was
the
the Morse
conversion
code?
is like 10 crowns is like $1. Basically.
Why don't they use euros?
Because all the Nordic countries are like only partially in the EU,
What is Nordic?
S.
like
Like
Finland,
Sweden,
Sweden,
Norway.
Norway,
Got it.
and
S
Denmark.
P.
No.
History
Yes,
buff Eamon.
No.
and not Denmark. Only
No.
those three. Okay.
Actually, maybe
Oh,
Denmark's Nordic, but it's
oh.
not Scandinavian.
Finland is not Scandinavian.
I don't know, man.
Finland
Where
is
they use-
American.
They use kroner.
Spoon.
They use
Sounds
kroner.
like
kroner.
kroner.
Hey,
That's
kroner.
funny.
Hey,
But
hey,
I'm
commenter.
like
Don't tell us.
falling
We'll look
asleep
it up
on this
after.
ride home.
You
It's
don't
like
have to tell us.
3:34 in the morning, and the meter is like going up while we drive, like fucking normal, right? And we pull up to the hotel, and I like open my eyes, and I see this guy. He picks up the thing that like charges cash, and it says like 200 kroner on it, like with some cents or whatever the fuck their cents are. He deletes it, and then he types in the same number but adds 2 zeros. So it is 20,000 kroner and 59 like cents.
$2,000.
Yes, 2,000. And this is something you can pay with like your tap card, right? Like presumably I'm going
Like
to
you
tap
pay
my
for
card and get
Starbucks
out,
or something.
and then that'll be the end of it. And I look at it, and I look at him, and I'm like, the ride was 20,000 crowns, and he's like, and he types it all back out, and then types in the correct amount again, and I
Wow.
pay.
Whoa.
And I knew it wasn't like a mistake or a fuck up because he still added the same amount of cents on the end, which is so egregious. Because like, does the
Yes, sir.
does
Yes,
the fucking
sir.
$5 matter at that point? And I was so surprised. I was just like, damn, this is the only ride the whole weekend that we didn't like take a train or Uber for like the fees fixed. And he tried to charge me $2,000
Tried
for
to
the
scam
cab
you.
ride.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wish you got scammed.
Really, you wish I got
Yeah,
scammed?
because of the sweater you bought.
What sweater did you buy?
You would have deserved it. And he knows that.
Oh, that one. That one.
Anyway,
not
that's
supposed to
crazy.
They
use
should have gone.
this?
He got greedy. Like 2,000 kroners.
Yeah,
I think
at
would
least
have been
take
like,
a zero off,
Yeah,
bro.
or jack it up like, I don't know, make it. Yeah, you're right. Like maybe a couple hundred more.
My card gets declined if I just.
That's what I was saying. That's what.
Would it have
uh,
gone through?
Your
yeah.
card. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
It would.
Damn.
Yeah, they know. They
That'd
know
be
about
so
Eamon
funny.
at the
I
bank.
think that's
You
his
got
read on
destroyed.
it. Is like, oh, it's like drunk tourist. Might be able to
Even in
charge
the back
you
with a
this much.
Balenciaga Fortnite sweatshirt. Like,
Yeah, that's why, dude. You were
20,000.
flexing.
Did not
You're a
have
piece of
Did
shit.
not have my Fortnite
20,000.
fucking
You think they're gonna try to
Balenciaga shirt
scam
on.
me? They're gonna be like, damn, this guy's probably.
They
doesn't-"
lower it on you.
Yeah.
They're like,
This
He
guy
needs
looks
some
like
help.
Hitman video game. I'm not gonna do shit to him.
And Stewie 2K was on my flight home.
Yeah,
Oh, you told us
2K was
about
on your
that.
flight. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, I was saying you were telling me about that flight home, and I was like, we would lose a land to your flight.
Yeah,
There was like so many
Stewie
good
2K
counter players.
fallen.
No,
They're all on the
he
flight
hasn't
back.
seen me on Mirage, bro.
There's no.
You're right. He
Stewie
hasn't.
2K.
He
Yeah.
has
That's right.
not
will
seen you
never
on
see you
Mirage.
on Mirage.
That's not true. He could see me.
He will never see you on Mirage. Dude.
He'll
be
never play that
commentators,
Yeah,
map.
you might queue into each other.
I'm a Gold
Similar
Nova
to Elo.
Globetrotter, okay?
It's true.
We
Gold
beat
Nova Stars.
Sean Gairns.
That's right. Sham Garbs.
We kind of danced on him.
That's right.
I think we danced on
If
him
you
a little
guys
bit.
want to see some old yard lore, look up the Gold Nova Globetrotters, and we get some pretty funny clips. It's 3 commentators versus 5 of us.
Yeah, it's us at a CS:GO event that has a lot of really good teams at it and a lot of really good storylines, and it has more views than Grand Finals.
Yeah, it was the most watched YouTube video of
that
the whole
that
event.
SEO.
Huh.
Yeah, that's
Anyway,
why-
I was gonna add. Okay, I need some help, fellas,
what?
because
What, Ludwin under?
you know Christmas is coming up, and
Ludwig has to use his brain. Yes, Ludwig has to think.
This is only
he
for
has
you.
to think
this
for
is
once,
only this
dude.
is you did say something really funny. So Ludwig's having trouble because he needs to get presents. I told him I was like, He told me and Amy, he's like, I got you guys jobs, and we were like, yes, sir.
Yeah,
Like, we don't care.
I'm very. To be clear, I'm very happy with that.
But Nick was like, I care. You can't get out of this.
Mhm.
Well, I don't care about your guys' gifts.
Oh,
'Cause
Oh.
you'll take whatever I get you.
yeah.
The larger
you showed up
concern
to the baseball game.
I
It's fine.
have is QT Cinderelle, who
She
has
is not
been
easy.
dogging me to get her a cat.
Here's the thing.
She's been goosing for a cat.
She's so right. I'm
That's a
Team Cutie on
good-
this all the way.
Are
That's
you?
a good gift.
I am.
Why?
I back her up on this every time. His cats are cute.
Oh,
Cats
well,
are cute. Durs needs a friend. Swift is half an animal in terms of personality. So
Fair.
Oh my god.
That is
and-
so
what a
and
roast. Swift
I
Twitter going insane right now.
I will take care of this cat some of
See,
the time.
that's what I don't want. Is because I know
yeah,
you.
she
Aiden.
admitted to me. She told me this. He doesn't. So a big part of why he doesn't want to get this animal is because he knows I will spend more time with it than him, and it will love me more than
Selfish
Ludwig.
bitch.
Yeah,
And he doesn't want that.
And yeah, I kept bringing this up to him. I was like, "That's funny," and he's like, "No, that's really why. Like, I don't want the cat to love someone more than me," which is crazy because you're not capable.
That's
of
so
love or
dumb.
receiving
And you also, yeah, that's actually what I was just gonna say too.
yeah.
Is that you seemingly don't care if anyone loves you except
Yeah.
for this
I
animal.
want this cat to love me, and
Well-
I don't want it to love Eamon.
Well, why don't you just keep it with
That's
you all the
so
time?
dumb.
Like carry it in a
What
little
the
bag. That'd be cute.
It's just gonna be. Look,
Oh,
I,
wait,
I told her I
piano.
was like, how about we just wait until we live in our separate home, and then I
Yeah.
will get a cat. You know, and I kind of want a dog, honestly.
I want a dog too. I want a pit bull.
Yeah. But you
another
would,
black
would you
book.
get one now?
He's hard to book.
I wouldn't get one now because it would probably eat Swift.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
actually
Yeah.
a good
So we
point.
should get.
I have
Yeah,
to
oh
deal
come
with it.
on.
Dude, he hasn't pooped outside in like 7 poops.
Yeah,
He's
he
on a
poops in the
weird
kitchen
poop
every day.
inside vibe right now.
It's like I want to. You know how you beat Swift? You walk in, he barks at you, even though you live here. Pig, some of us. And you walk in, and he barks. You gotta bark at him louder. You say, "No,"
Yeah.
and you bark, and he shuts
He
up.
stops.
And
He
it feels
does
good.
stop barking. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how you beat Swift.
But he gets more scared.
and then he poops in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's how. I think that's why he's shit in the kitchen.
Yeah, you know, around the time Swift started pooping in the house, Slime
So
started
it's-
barking at him.
I want a
He's
dog.
four.
Weird coincidence.
I want to rescue a pit bull that's cute. With
I
a
do
pit
too,
bull
but I
nose.
don't want it. I look. The point of getting an animal is so it loves you unconditionally more than any other thing in the world loves anything. You don't
Huh?
want a dog that likes Eamon more than you. If you got a
I'd be
pit bull,
okay with that as long as it liked me some.
If-
I am the Eamon version for pets as he is to like humans.
if you had a pit bull and it slept in Eamon's bed, right?
If it was mine,
It
Yeah.
doesn't.
I'd be okay
The
with
cat
that.
is not going to sleep in my bed every night.
What if it fucking wanders its dirty little head to your
No,
corridors?
because it will love Cutie
You,
the most.
what you will do
It
is
will
you will
love
Yeah,
peek
Cutie
over
the
the
it'll
door.
most.
love
This is
Cutie.
very simple. Who gives it food?
Yeah.
It'll like that one
Yeah,
a
dude,
lot.
Durs barks at you all day because you feed
Me
him.
and Durs vibe.
Yeah, but you feed him.
That's
And also, I vibed with him. Elf.
Yeah,
Balls.
there's
2
vibes
hours.
with everybody.
Anyway,
I hung out for Durs for
so
18
what? How
hours
are you?
yesterday.
How are you gonna handle this? You're
It
gonna
was
get her a
not
cat?
18 hours.
No, I have no. Okay, I don't even think I
Oh,
could.
he's JFK right now. I have nothing to say about a cat, nor will I get a cat.
This is not something I can
Okay.
discuss. No, I don't think I will. No, because
I already got Cutie's gift.
I'm not gonna get her a cat and
Okay.
then have her open it in fucking New Hampshire.
If you kill Durs, you can get her a new cat, and then you don't have to deal with having 2 cats. If
Hold that thought.
If you kill Durs.
You're the only gift I haven't got.
Don't get me wrong.
So wait, we've got to look for
Okay.
animal
Yeah, it
trivia.
was funny because I was trying
Fuck
to.
you. I'm getting you a gift. Did you get me one now?
I heat checked him and I was like, I can't get him. And last time I got him a book, and he didn't know what book it was.
He doesn't
Uh,
remember the book.
He
yeah.
doesn't remember, and to
Wait,
this
does-
moment
do
right
they
now,
have-
he still doesn't, which is crazy. Because I'm only gotten him 2. One of them was a libertarian coloring
Probably-
book.
and he
3
remembers
bucks.
that one.
No, 3 items.
Yeah. Anyway, he's he's just not there. He's like Ludwig.
was it?
Here's the thing.
You guys are the same.
You and me, Nick, we have so much love to give, and it's unfortunately these guys are
Wandered.
They
yeah.
don't have the receptors, right?
Yeah.
It's not there. It's like you got antibodies for our love.
I gave you I thought my gift was sweet.
Don't remember what it was.
What I gave you?
No, my gift to you. What was it?
The book
Oh, the book.
and the shirt
Who
and
could forget
the
that?
coloring book.
And who could forget shit?
I remember the shirt. I love the shirt. And the
Mm.
coloring
It's my
book.
favorite of shirts.
You
I
like
own.
shirt, man?
I own several
Sometimes
shirts.
I wear it.
and I wear that shirt.
Yeah,
Oh,
It's my
wait.
size.
I'll open
So this
the
is
book,
actually
I'll close the
hints.
book.
Yeah. So many pages, but not too many pages.
What was Universal? How was that?
Okay.
you-
Universal.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had a good time. I basically set it up for XQC to stream, and it's a little hard to like
Pro
entertain
can
that many
count
people and
up
make sure
to
everyone's having a good
8.
time. But I did the best I could. Dinner after was great.
Dude, I read a comment on
See.
LSF that was like, yeah, not
8.
even a lot of great clips got farmed from this. Like, and they said it as if like it was expected, and I'm like, man, is it the kids
Deer's
who are wrong,
antlers
or
can
is it
spread up
me?
to 4 meters.
Like the idea that like a stream needs to get clip farmed, and the fact that it didn't have a lot was a problem.
I think doing
Pro-
something with that high effort with that many people who could spend their time elsewhere is important to analyze was it successful.
Maybe he works for the paper. He
Elephant
wants to-
trunk.
I think
9
people
liters of water.
overvalue the importance of LSF
Sure, comments.
and comments.
You're right. I think
Because
so
like
too.
I think there's like a million maybe people subscribers to the subreddit.
You cite this a lot, but it's weird because at what point do you say, oh, ignore it all because there's so many people and the minorities commenting, and at the other hand, it's like they're still commenting and people are still seeing.
What I'm
that.
saying is my YouTube alone has like double that amount, and so catering to them is probably more fruitful than catering to a million people who are like partially interested, most of them not.
Weird.
I thought about this when I was looking through because our clips channel for the podcast has more shorts being uploaded.
One
to it now,
more.
and
to the
those get
block.
a shit ton of views. And when, much like
It's
TikTok,
probably
when they get
associated
a
with
lot
that,
of
but I
views,
can't
they're
see
hitting
it.
an audience that does not
So-
normally watch us or is even generally familiar with us, even you. And
They had more views than our episodes.
yeah, exactly.
The
And it's
shorts,
just
yeah.
like hitting this giant crowd of people, and among that crowd is a
Okay.
small percentage of people who are willing to make a shitty comment. Because the comments on our shorts that like make it huge like that are fucking miserable. But at
yeah,
the,
dude, it's funny. Eamon, every week he'll be like, "Fuck, I just can't deal with these people, man. It's crazy."
it's crazy. That's what I think every time I see it. It's like it's crazy that this person exists and
Oh.
typed this message and thought it was like
F
This is how me and
A
Ludwig are the same.
S I.
Because I read all those and my brain doesn't even think about it. I'm like,
yeah. But the way I'm coping with it now
I
is
don't-
basically what you're saying. Is that this is such a
Too far,
tiny percentage of the people interacting with this clip, and then again the greater audience that consumes like this type of media altogether, and most people are normal.
Yeah. You know what gets me? It's funny because, like, there's this spectrum where it's like, okay, on this end are people who are saying, I fucking hate that guy. If they're talking about me, like, I fucking hate Slime. And then there's people who are like, I love Slime, he's great. These
4 and
mean
7.
nothing to me. But it's the middle ground of people, like, making
Why?
pointed thoughts about, like, I don't like Slime because of this. And, like, bringing, like, an argument to the table. And I'm like, those are the ones
1,
that
2,
like
3, 4,
trigger
5,
my
6,
brain.
7. So did I
Yeah.
fuck up?
If it's just blind hate, I'm like,
this is because you
That's cool.
value thought.
I don't know.
Oh.
Like,
Because the first two are people who are just saying shit.
yeah. But even if it's really mean, it's like, damn, that's crazy.
I think it makes sense if someone takes the time to actually expand and like build their point and then make a conclusion. Then it hits harder because then
Aw,
you
okay, you
have
got
to
a
confront their
scar.
thought
Little
process.
scratch.
But if somebody just makes some like weird like shitty comment, then it's like, well, they're just a fucking moron.
But I also think the information they're operating with is usually incomplete, so it's dumb thoughts.
It is incomplete and usually wrong, right? There
Yeah.
people be like,
Yeah, they start with a false premise and then create an entire
It is.
thesis.
They
Slime
are
still
you.
works for Smash Summit, and it's like, oh,
You like
don't know anything.
them because they do the same thing you do, where they operate with very little information but make really large, poignant.
and that's why you're the same.
But I have a platform, which makes me more dangerous.
Yes. Yes. Actually, yeah.
Hey.
yeah. And now we're the same.
Hey, there you go. Put it there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ouch,
that
that
was
hurt.
fine.
Oh,
No, that's fine.
dude,
Oh
I
my
thought
god,
I
that's
hurt
the
him.
most concern he's ever shown for
Yeah,
me.
I thought it hit him. I thought it was.
I-
I saw the real slime for a second.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Go
Yeah,
away, go away.
I don't even know where it hit.
He needs absolute silence to get back into character.
I learned something very, very important about slime, like 3 years ago, and it was that he basically explained to me that he is willing to go to any height and any length and say almost anything about any subject, and argue from any point with any level of intensity.
Is this about Mario Tennis?
if if
What are you talking about?
if the subject matter ultimately does not matter that much,
Yes.
and that he will not do these types of things for things that are more serious. What I've always disagreed with him about is that just because the subject matter doesn't matter doesn't mean that the way you talk to people doesn't make them feel the same way as you would if it did matter.
Yeah,
and he, I don't think, processes that part very frequently. And so he just says shit because he's like, because talking about Sykkuno doesn't really matter that much. And it's whatever.
or I
can't-
thought that.
I can't believe
Yeah.
I'm the psychopath. I can't believe it.
Actually, true.
And when I learned this about him, it made it so much easier to, like, deal with when he gets really angry or loud or animated about like something
Like Mega Man.
like where we should go. I'm like, "Do you want to get food?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because you don't know where you want to go. Because you're weird and you're a psychopath." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna go." Normally I'd be like, "That makes no fucking sense. What are you saying?" But now I'm just like, "All right." Because I realize that like he just thinks that what we're talking about doesn't matter, and he finds it more entertaining to treat that moment like that.
Yeah, I amplify any minor feeling.
You're
as,
the psychopath.
As sort
Yeah,
of a,
you're the psychopath,
As a
yeah,
bit.
yeah, yeah.
However, if Eamon comes up to me and he's like, my entire family was killed in a plane crash, that my father was driving the plane, and I wouldn't
Dude,
be
Yeah,
like,
dude,
dude,
that is
did they,
sad.
duh.
did they sleep in their bed?
Because he's
Are they
bald.
gonna spawn near their house?
Because I'd be like, oh damn, that's probably like a really complicated thing, and you're going through a lot. I want to let you know I'm here for you, and like let's talk about that whenever you're ready, and I love you. So it's about me putting all these things in different columns of like importance, and sometimes the non-important column is important to other people,
What?
and I need to recognize that, and that's my
The
journey
fuck?
as a man.
I would be emotionally shattered.
I know, Eamon.
And it would be like, yeah, yeah. So like, sometimes planes don't work, and I get that.
I mean,
It's unfortunate that it happened to me, but I mean, they kind of signed up for that whole thing, so
It
I
just
gotta,
happens to some people.
so I gotta deal with that. And
watched
it's
the
gonna
Wendover
suck, but
video.
like,
and, like the Wendover video said that this could like barely ever happen, and it did, which is like,
He would
kinda
fly
a
the
bummer,
same
but-
exact plane model to the funeral, and he'd be like, "Well, like the plane's actually safe, like statistically speaking."
but like
this
I'm
is a
over
safe
18
plane."
now, so like I really have no dependency on.
oh,
them,
that's
so.
the one. Like my emotional stability isn't really dependent on my parents being involved in my life, so, and that's his eulogy.
And you're still the psychopath, even though that's him.
He's like, but thanks everyone for coming to the whole funeral. Oh man.
Come on, man, bring it in, man.
Sand.
Bring it in.
You support Yemen bombs.
Oh, we got him!
Oh,
We got him!
on camera.
Let's go!
Medicine. Buy food.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bed,
Russia, for
hug.
the national anthem.
A thing I wanted to bring up, I have a name. I'm gonna revise because I think Nick has the best. Oh, I'm sorry, class. Did the bell dismiss you or did slime dismiss
My
you?
bad. I actually am listening. Believe it or not, I actually am listening.
so Nick, I think, has the best like names for all of his alts in Smash. Basically,
All my characters.
when he chooses the character he plays, he's got these funny nicknames.
Cheeto
and
goes
I
hard.
came up with one.
What is that?
I've played this character probably like 30 minutes total in my life. Samarant.
Samus?
Yeah. And I'm taking that one.
fucking rules.
And I'm taking that.
That's
That
good.
fucking rules.
Hey, we should talk about something.
Hmm.
Nick is being kicked off the podcast.
Let's go!
I know. Hey, no,
Wait, what the
no,
fuck?
not yet.
News to me.
Okay, now celebrate. Let's go!
Wait,
Let's
what?
go!
What? I don't know about this. They
We
kicked off the
have decided
put so much
as
work
a
into
crew
the show.
that you
Yeah. As not full group. But
You know, they decided this, and you know how they do that thing where I disagree, but they'll reach out to shake my hand.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then I want to shake hands still.
You did it.
Did that,
Okay.
and I can't really go back on it.
and we
So
had our
You
lawyers
support
there.
Yemen droning.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got morals. See,
Ooh.
you didn't pass that test.
Yeah. I think I'm okay with that.
You
I'm
can pull
okay
away.
with getting rid of Nick.
So
Why are we cutting him?
we're cutting him because, well, the simple reason is that we want to go to a Melee tournament.
Yeah, Verdugo with the Aussie boys.
Yeah. So we're gonna be recording our bonus episode
Without me.
without Nick.
without
you.
It's
Well,
gonna be tomorrow.
And I have to work Smash Summit.
And you have to
tomorrow.
work Smash
You gotta
Summit.
work
So
Smash
the next
Summit.
so the bonus episode after this is just not gonna have Nick because we've kicked him off, and his Patreon earnings is actually gonna be dispersed.
Oh,
um,
well, not that part. Maybe like.
I like
That's right, Zipper.
Zipper class in the background.
I just like.
What if we do a Zipper episode where Zipper has like a voice modulator and it's only his
I
voice?
just quit my job,
Yeah.
so.
Zipper
Hey,
likes that.
hey, shut up.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could do the Zipper modulator. We could
Uh-huh.
also just have someone else on.
We'll figure it out.
Maybe
We could get it
Swift
like a
gets in
different
there.
guy.
Like a
Swift.
temporary-
That'd be
Durr.
kinda
We have the
Durr.
animals
Oh,
go
Durr is
around.
So
It'd
cool.
be like a
Dude,
temporary
that guy's a
thing.
Chad.
We'll figure it out. Either way, this is just a juicy bonus because you won't have to listen to Nick's grating voice.
Ooh.
Have fun working this week, though.
Soothing
It's
to
gonna be a
some.
busy week.
I'm quitting after. I'll be done soon.
Dude, it'll be so sick when you quit, but until then, you're fired.
Kind of a
That's right. You're
Not hired.
fired.
trend of, I would say, trend of quitting to kind of over.
You know what?
He
Before
did
you fucking
quit.
fire me, I have one fucking thing to say to you, motherfuckers.
Oh. Huh? Is that all of them? Oh, wait, I missed. No, I've seen that. Alright. Nope. Actually, you know what? Yeah. I can't figure this out. Honestly, if you can't tell, I wasn't really in the mood to stream today. I don't know, wasn't feeling it. Maybe a little depressed. But dealing with that, it'll be fine. It comes in waves. But yeah, so I just put on a video I wanted, or the Yard podcast, because I wanted to watch it. And I got stuck on that. It ended at the same time of the video. So, well, what the hell? There we go. So I'm just gonna call it for the day. I still got my time in for the day. Keep the streak going. Keep the challenge going. But that's it for the stream. I appreciate you watching if you're watching. Hopefully it wasn't too boring. Hopefully at least the Yard, Ludwig, and his friends were entertaining, even if my reaction was next to nothing. And the gameplay was boring because I'm just fucking dumb and can't tell that something's multiplication instead of addition. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your night. See ya.